All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Stream started?
Yes, stream started, and we're casting League of Legends Season 11, the Funny Zone versus DINKS. I think that both teams are 3-1, although I'm not sure. So one of them is definitely 3-1, other one has one game not recorded on Dota Buff, and it says 3-0. I think they're 3-1, but they might be 4-0. So both teams started the season out good, and we'll see how they do here. I know some of these players. Fury stood in for my team. I played against Off, also named Andreoff, his full nickname. And I met all the other guys, like a lot of them. I've seen them around here, so should be an interesting game.
Yep. I know Andre a little bit. I played with him maybe 1 or 2 times. He's known for being very, let's let's say, confident. Let's just leave it at confident. And he's very how do I say this? He's not unwilling to express his opinions, perhaps in an aggressive manner every now and then. Very very assertive player. I want to give a shout out to Funny Zone real quick. That's a sick fucking logo. I mean, look at that.
Yeah,
That's
it
very
is,
well
it is actually like a good logo.
Right.
You know, most of the times teams don't bother to actually making one. Proud of his first pick. Not surprising at all. Probably the hero of the patch together with Lush. Obviously Lush, Nick Morris bans, all the usual stuff. I know the Fury plays a sick Shadow Fiend as well, so I see why would they want to first phase it. Especially because Fury is usually a mid main, but he's playing +1 for this team, which is interesting.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I feel like Lush has kind of been figured out a little bit, as we can see from grand finals of the of TI. I mean, you build Mage Slayer, you build Wraith Pact, and you build Pipe, and suddenly Lush just isn't doing anything. Actually, he's doing very little damage. Sure, he's sustaining a little bit, but I mean, it seemed very figured out at the end there.
It is, but I think it's more about like the coordination of the pro teams. Like, it's still an amazing buff hero. It was amazing for like the majority of TI, even with this team still going like the Wraith Packs and everything. I think it just says about how well Tundra played, and the hero is still really good, despite you know the patch showing in the finals over there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously Tundra was far and away the best team at TI. 3-0ing in the grand finals is absolutely nothing to scoff at.
Absolutely. So we see the Enchantress here. It's a bit weird versus the CM usually, because you know the CM can kill your creep, but at the same time you can take away the boar from the Beastmaster in lane. So I expect the Sench to be a 5, and it's picked mostly just to counter the Beastmaster in lane to get his boar if he goes for that, you know, or at least you force him to go the axe.
Yeah, that's totally fair, and I think it goes both ways as well. As soon as Beastmaster gets his Helm of the Dominator, I'm sure he's gonna be more than happy to take over the Enchantress creeps, and it'll be kind of a spell casting battle over who wants to control a creep the most, which will be funny to see at some point. But yeah, Primal Beast in the first phase. I mean, obviously the character of the patch, like you said, but I've always felt like a Bloodseeker in the first phase does pretty well against it.
It is, but Bloodseeker is just not that great of a hero. Like, it's alright and it can work, but you know, still, like, Primal Beast can go mid, then you can at least dodge the lane, and even that the lane is not actually that great, I would say, for the Bloodseeker.
No, definitely not. Just, you know, against any mobility character.
Yeah, it's good later on, obviously, but the Primal Beast, his strength is like the first 15 minutes. Right. When the hero just stomps all around the whole map.
Did you see the All-Star match for Ability Draft where that one guy drafted?
No, I did not watch that.
One guy drafted Shikuchi and Primal Beast Stomp, and I was like, oh, the game's over. Like, this guy's gonna be an absolute menace for the entire game, and then he couldn't figure out how to use the combo correctly.
Yeah, the All-Star were my 2 hours to sleep this night, so.
Yeah, no kidding. It was a snoozer as well. It was not very fun. I miss the All-Star matches where they introduced techies, you know.
I would say the best one was when Dendi Pudge. You remember when Dendi was hidden as a Pudge?
Oh, that one as well.
That was sick. I mean, not the game itself, but like the build-up.
Yeah. There's also, that was the same one with the 420 Booty Wizard. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember. Honestly, I just remember the puppy and the Dendi thing.
Right. It was Casey went up to interview the guy. She's like, "Oh, what character are you planning on playing this game?" He's like, "What?" She's like, "What's your gamer tag?" And he's like, 420 Booty Wizard." It was bizarre. Faceless Void Band. I thought people had it figured out, but still strong. Does a lot against CM, who has no movement. Beastmaster has very little movement and has to just pray that it doesn't get caught by Chrono. I'm so excited to see Sniper being like a contested character, not just in pubs, but also in TI.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
incredible
That's
to me.
probably the first time Sniper was heavily contested since the time when he was kind of popular as a 4. Like, remember there was like a small time when the Ags Sniper 4 was actually a thing and people were actually picking it.
Right.
It wasn't a long time, but generally speaking, like Sniper wasn't a thing for a very long time. So
Right.
glad
It's
to
always
see
it's
here.
always kind of been viewed as that low level. You know, you're just learning Dota, so you pick a
10
character that has 2
seconds remaining.
buttons. So,
Dire team back.
but it sounds like it's been all figured out and stuff.
Pangoban, what do you think?
As well as
about
a
it?
tiny bin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Pango, I mean, I guess it can kind of interrupt PB. As far as I'm aware, though, PB, I guess he doesn't beat the Pango
10
rule, does he?
seconds remaining.
And it can kill Enchantress really quickly, which I think is
Yeah,
one of
it's
the
a
main
hero that can
motivators.
escape the
5
Primal
seconds
Beast.
remaining.
Like, it has 2 ways, like, you know, in lane. Like, if it's both mids, if we're thinking this Primal Beast is mid, Pango is doing usually fine. Like, he can be out CS a bit, especially at the start, but he should be doing fine versus the Primal Beast. Also, like, provides the stun, the easy stun, you know, before the BKB on Primal Beast. Dire seems to think that it's Primal Beast not mid. They're banning Lina, potentially the Tiny as well for the mid. So.
Yeah, this looks like a very meta-motivated draft. I feel like the teams probably haven't researched each other, or there'd be a lot more target banning, unless everybody just
10
happens to
seconds
be
remaining.
experts on the meta heroes. Which is usually what I'm used to seeing in like
5
these
seconds
lower level
remaining.
games, is people banning specifically.
I mean,
hey,
that's
know
not
this
so
guy's a
low
Ricky
level game.
spammer.
This is like this league is 6.5k average. So,
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Is
yeah.
like I'm used to seeing in like MD2L or RD2L. Oh, I know this guy's a Ricky spammer. We have to ban Ricky, but
Yeah.
there's none of that like distinct target banning that I'm seeing right now.
It also depends, like, you know, if there's a spammer, like, people will still ban his heroes. But if there's not a
Radiant
specific
team
hero
pick.
spammer, they won't. Snapfire, just usual, you know, like, strong in lane, good with Beastmaster. Probably expected to be a 4 here, or Crystal Maiden 5.
Radiant
Right.
team pick.
Unless they actually want to, like, they can try to do some shenanigans to dodge
Dire
Ange
team
somehow,
pick.
but I don't think they can.
I was gonna say it's a little scary, you know, picking your entire offlane Beastmaster Snapfire into an Enchantress, right? Because that's already somewhat countering the lane, but as soon as you pick up another big counter to it, such as Morphling, I mean, your lane's gonna be very, very easy. It's gonna be a great game for Morphling if it's a P1.
10
I
seconds
mean,
remaining.
it probably is. Like mid
5
Morphling, we've
seconds
seen it a couple
remaining.
times, but I don't think it's, you know, you mostly expect the hero to be one.
Right. Tusk 4.
Could be Tusk 4, could be Tusk mid as well potentially. They don't have the last pick, so could be either of those things, honestly.
Yeah, in the same vein where we've seen Morphling mid a few times, maybe we'll see Tusk mid, right?
I mean, Tusk mid is actually like not that uncommon, especially like a couple months ago. Like it fell off a bit, you know, until Nines started playing it again. But like the Axe Rush Tusk was a pretty big thing, like, you know, like 3, 4, 5 months ago.
Right.
Um,
It's got to be a Tusk 4 with the Drow pick, right?
10
why do you think so?
seconds
Especially just to get her in lane.
I know. I
5
think the lane's gonna be
seconds
terrible.
remaining.
I mean, you've got you got Drow against Primal Beast and Tusk. If that happens to be the lane, it's just gonna be Tusk pulling around the entire time, which is fine. That's, you know, that's a reasonable strategy.
You think?
Um,
I think it's actually a lane that Drow can die like 10 times. If it's Drow CM, I don't see a way how to survive. Like Tusk, Primal Beast, they get the level 2s, and literally any of those 2 heroes die.
Yeah, I think
it
that's
should be.
reasonable,
It should,
but
actually, now I think it should be. If it's Tusk 4, I want to see Snap 5, just so she can, you know, the cookie off Drow from the shards. If
Right.
that doesn't happen, like this Drow should die like 20 times. Drow is obviously picked to counter the Morphling, but this Drow is susceptible to the Primal Beast and Tusk if that's the
10
thing for
seconds
the reading.
remaining.
right. But I also think it's possible that the Drow
Radiant team back.
simply gets her silent, and then I think she's safe for the not the rest of lane, but for a good portion of lane. I mean, if Drow really feels scared in lane, if it is Tusk PB and they're playing aggressive like that, I think leveling your silence at level 2 is a pretty easy way to stave off a lot of the aggression. But it could be very scary. It could be
Yeah,
very
it
scary.
depends. Like sometimes, especially with Tusk, like I played Drow. It's not fun versus Tusk. And as the game goes, it's really not fun against Primal Beast. Because Primal Beast naturally,
Right.
he builds BKB first item. On Drow, you don't go BKB that early. And like Primal Beast just, at the best, you're running away from him the whole fight, and at worst, you
Right.
die. We see the LD band coming in from the Radiant side. I know that the Dire mid spams LD a lot, so this is where we start to see those.
Yeah, there's the
hero
target
specific
ban.
bans. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be scary. I mean, I think it comes down to who executes better in that safe lane, the Dire safe lane, and you know.
Us Primal Beast is pretty easy execution.
No, I mean, also from like the Radiant, if they can get enough harass off, and if they're positioning well, the CM might be able to, even the CM might be able to stave off a lot of the aggression. with
Yeah,
the
also
slow
you need
and
to
the
think that
Radiant stuff.
Morph is real low HP, so even like level 1 heal from Ench will heal Morph in pretty much the full HP. So like the both side lanes for the Radiant seem really strong, with the Ench versus the Beastmaster, Ench with Morphling, and Primal Beast Tusk.
Right. Yeah, and I can't say, maybe they won't execute it correctly. This isn't a Mortal
10
League, so
seconds remaining.
I'm sure they're more than
Stuff
confident
happens,
in how to
you should
execute their
have watched my
combos.
games.
5 seconds
Sometimes
remaining.
there were big blunders, but from me.
Right.
But
Radiant
people should
team
play
pick.
pretty well, all things considered.
Right. Pudge ban from Funny Zone. Are they
Also another
anticipating,
hero,
like,
it's
Pudge
another hero.
mid?
Like it's literally his top 2 heroes for mid. So I think that's where they're banning. Like he also plays like Huskar and the Sanking mid. Although this account is I think it's
10
Smurf account.
seconds remaining.
But that's what he plays at least here.
5 seconds remaining.
What do you
Got
think
it.
the Radiant, like, what do you want to see from Radiant here? Do you want this to see it to be Primal Beast off lane? Do you want to see it, like, potentially mid? Do you want to pick something flexible so they can flex it out?
I think
Spirit
they-
Breaker!
Yeah, I think Spear Breaker's a great
Oh,
choice.
Spear
I think
Breaker's
they could also use a little counter initiation maybe. They're
Dire
very
team pick.
I feel like they're a very one-dimensional team where they want to go in all the way. Yeah, Mars is going to be basically that counter initiation where you can kind of break up the fight a little bit and morph it to the way you want it to go.
Yeah, in a
instead of
similar
having
way
to
to
go
the
all in
Spur
all the
Breaker.
time.
Like, he will do the same thing. Also
Yeah.
really good against Drow. Drow hates Mars because, even, like,
10
you either die to the
seconds
Mars, or they're kiting you around the walls because you cannot shoot through walls, and it's really annoying for the Drow. Like,
Yeah.
Arena, really hard to play around that.
Yeah, it's a great pick from Funny Zone. I was definitely thinking some sort of strength counter initiator, even like a Tidehunter mid wouldn't be too bad.
You
Huskar.
may now select
His
your
third most played
heroes.
hero in mid. What do you think about the Huskar here? Do you think it solves from what we think is the Radiant favorite draft here?
As a former Huskar spammer, this is not really the pick you need for your team, I think. Who's gonna kind of be frontlining for your Drow? It's not Huskar. Huskar is an absolutely horrendous frontliner. If you throw him into an entire team, the first thing he does is lose half of his health. So
I'm pretty sure
it's-
Huskar does pretty poorly against Enchantress too.
It's not good against all the lockdown that Radiant has. And PB, even though his trample is magic, it can easily burst down this Huskar. It's not even to be close. And considering he's going BKB first item as well, this Huskar is going to do absolutely nothing to PB. What's he going to do? Try to dive the backlines against the Tusk? Like,
Yeah,
this is a
and so
suspect.
one thing I should note is this is Primal Beast mid and Mars offlane.
Okay.
Korak is the mid player
Okay.
for the Radiant team, unless something changes here or some swaps or whatever.
This is a Huskar favored mid, so I think maybe. Okay, so Dire's game plan has got to be like get the item advantage on Huskar and then run down all the lanes and try to finish the game. But it's so
One
hard
thing I would
against, like, a
say
Mars
is
and a
that
PB.
the second so I agree that it's Huskar favorite early on. The second Primal Beast hits 6 with a Tusk rotation like minute 6 rune, this Huskar can die very easily, or even potentially
Yeah.
a solo Primal Beast. So
Yeah, you can take a point in the disarm, but I mean, it's not
Yeah.
going to be that good. I'm giving this one to Radiant. I mean,
agree. I agree. I think
they've
they're-
ticked all the boxes on their draft, and they look
Prepare
really
for
strong.
battle.
The Dusk is always ready for a fight.
Yeah, sorry, they ticked all the boxes. They have, they have the tower push. Yeah, they have tower push. They have initiation. They have counter initiation. They have a little sustain from Enchantress if that's what she chooses to do. They have a lot of early game pressure with the Tusk, and I mean, what are the threats that they have to worry about from Dire? Like Drow? That like their entire team's gonna die of Drow. And then Huskar could be a problem, but I'm sure Enchantress is more than happy to build a Spirit Vessel or, even avoid that and just build like a Shiva's on PB second item or something. So this is a dire. This is a Radiant win in my book,
Alright.
just off draft.
Zom, what is your opinion? Do you agree?
Yeah, I don't really see how this Huskar Drow lineup survives this early game, to be honest. There's just too many ways to dive this Drow. She gets a poor game.
Yeah, they literally have 4 heroes.
I
to
don't
get
think
a
the
thousand
Huskar
points.
has a bad game though. Like, to be honest, I don't think he has a terrible game.
Right.
But if the BKB is not up, then Enchantress has a fun way with the Huskar. It's really comes down to execution, but Radiant side is a lot easier to execute. But it has to be it's on a timer, right? Because Huskar or Drow, you're not gonna go up against this team late game. Not have fun at the same time.
What do you think about Drow starting items? That's pretty unusual, at least to my taste. You know, I know that Off is a really IMR good player. It is unusual. You know, double slippers, double circlet. He'll bring the region from the runes.
You said this was a Tusk and Mars offlane. Not as much aggression as it would have been if it was the Primal Beast offlane. Primal Beast offlane, it's brutal. I don't. Obviously, Drow is gonna know what to do here, but assuming the support's just gonna feed him a bunch of regen, I don't think it's that bad. But he's already got tangos queued up, so.
I mean, the only thing I could think about here is maybe she's just going for all these stats that she can have that early game aggression. So, you know, 2 Wraith Bands, power treads like Hurricane Pike or Dragon Lance, and then they try to push down these towers. But maybe she's going for this start because she just wants the attack damage in lane. I mean, Drow has like horrible base attack at level 1. So, you know, this will at least allow her to try to last it against the Mars, who probably inherently has more damage than her. But at this point, you know, she's got, what, 6-10 more damage, so she's finally ahead of the Mars.
Yeah, you
So that could be the only reason.
The thing is, he still has the convoy, so you know, at least in the last item department, he'll have no problem.
Right.
And then as we'll see.
Why, thank you.
So what's the key to winning here for Dire? Since I think we're all pretty convinced that it's a Radiant favored draft, what does Dire need to do here to bring it home?
I think the most important part is how the side lanes go, because the side lanes, I don't expect them to go too well. Like, they need to survive until this Huskar, you know, if the Huskar has a good timing, if he has the fast armlet, fast whatever he decides like to go Sange or PKE, whatever it is, like, and if they can secure the first Roche of that with the Beastmaster Huskar, they have a chance. You know, so that's their timing, and that's when the game I think will be kind of decided. You know, how well it's going for the Dire, if they'll be able to do it.
The battle begins.
I'm curious to see how mid goes, especially once it hits level 2. I want to see what Mips' build is. He's already gotten the level 1 point inner fire, so that's gonna stave off a lot of the aggression from Primal Beast, because he can just press inner fire if he gets trampled or if Primal Beast uses his charge. Mips will be able to just push him off.
Yeah, you need to remember though that Huskar to his like damage in lane on you, his right clicks, so Primal Beast can just go up forward, which he already did, and you know that way he'll just win on the right clicks. On the bot lane, Enchantress goes for the first level impetus. I really like it. I think it allows you to win the lane a lot of times. Like, you force out so much regen from the other team, and you see that they don't have any salves or anything right now.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I guess until the Beastmaster actually levels his what is it? His boar, his hawk, you know, there's not really a huge point in grabbing your enchant, especially if the creeps in the easy camp aren't the ones that you want.
They should be careful though. They're getting kind of low, and the axes are there coming in a couple seconds. You need to be careful here.
Morphling gaming,
He's
dude.
fine.
Yeah, but now he's at like 1,000 health and he only has one set of tangos and he's supposed to try to last it. He's got 31 base damage. Tap Nook, axes. Yep.
And that's the first wolf for the. For the Beastmaster. Sorry.
Yeah, it's so hard playing Morphling just into a lane that's gonna
Top
harass
lane,
you
Jaw's
as
about to go down.
Beastmaster. Oh. Okay.
Both silence.
You're caught in the shards. Try to tag team, and she was just gonna go down.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that this engine by like even a salve, even now with the nerf salve, salving Morphling is really efficient. You know, if you hide for half a second and go all the way to Aju, because yeah, he doesn't have the heal. He needs to get the enchant with the lore, so Fury will stay at very low HP here for now. I don't think.
Yeah, Fury's lane is now Grief. I mean, he has he was trying to last hit with like 30 base damage. It's just like so sad.
Yeah.
And now he's at 50 health, so if the Beastmaster gets the notion to throw an axe or two, it could be bad news bears for Fury. Oh, or Aurora. Oh no.
In the mid lane, Trample coming up and the Husker will be fine.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean that magic resist at early levels is no joke, right? It's gosh, I still don't understand how all this stuff works, but okay. I mean, he's getting about 10% magic resist, maybe 8% against the trample, which is a significant amount.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
And then he has Q to push off the rest of the damage, and now he can just play Huskar. Like you do against any melee hero and harass and deny, harass and deny, and what's PB gonna do?
Yeah, this bot lane is going honestly way worse than I expected it to go for the Radiant, you know. Now we might think that, you know, if you instead of the impetus you had the heal, maybe the game would look different here, but you know, they tried to go
mid lane. Oh.
What happened mid?
He just went on him. It looked like it was gonna be okay, and then.
On top, the Mars is getting low. We'll pop the Fear Fire and we'll live from that. Tusk will cut off the Dire from going to him.
Palm Beach was just a little too slow.
Yeah, so far the mid is absolutely dominated by the Husker here. This Palm Beast is not having a fun time at all.
Yeah, you're playing a melee hero against Huskar. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? Oh boy. Bottom lane, another kill for Dire. That's the problem with Morphling in lane. It's like you can't actually take too much harass unless you get your strength shift off early, and if you're using your shift that much, you're gonna have no mana to actually shift when you need it. So you're stuck usually doing just like no damage if you get harassed, and unfortunately Beastmaster is a great harassing hero, right? So you know, it's a tough lane.
And Snapfire as well. Snapfire has a lot of magic damage early levels, you know, with the Scatter Blast.
Nature attend us.
Okay, now
he has the heal from the Inch, and he'll have a way more fun timing over here.
Oh, he's got raindrops now as well, so that should help a bunch.
On the top lane, Tusk will shard off the CM.
Yeah, it's a dead CM.
Yeah, also should be noted that the ice shards work as a terrain for the spear, so it's really easy to spear into the you know the shards. I actually didn't know it worked like that.
That's interesting. I didn't know that either, but I guess it makes sense, right?
You can, so there's like kind of cracks in the shards, and you can push them through, and you can latch them in. It all depends on how you hit it.
Oh, and the missed spear from the Mars, so this Drow will live for now. Tusk should be careful, he has no mana to pop the snowball. He's able to escape over here.
This is where Dire's gonna have to take the lane.
The thing is, despite the mid being so good for the Husker in terms of like farm, this Palm Beast is actually coming back, and he is level 6, like he's not in a part. He's actually has more XP than the Husker. And level 6 is where this Husker needs to be careful.
I mean, it's oh, yeah, I don't think Husker cares about this.
No,
if Primal Beast tramples, Mist will just press Q.
Yeah, this
even if he doesn't.
He has 9 stacks. Yeah, he didn't have to trample yet, so he went very early, and the rune, The Ench steals the rune, but the Snapfire will get the cure on
Top
her.
lane Mars went on the CM, tried to get a kill, and ended up getting just overextending a bit.
And now Tusk will die as well. He doesn't have the mana for anything.
Yeah, so that's what it is. Top lane is as soon as you get that health advantage on Dire, you just have to press it and make sure that it becomes impossible for Radiant to actually dive you. And I think that's probably what happened, where they were just a little too low and took a little too aggressively and got double killed. Mid lane, Mips, no fear.
I don't know what.
Okay, like
Wow.
two,
Time,
three
probably.
That was, jeez, man.
He's got 10.
He will survive because it's only a level 2 spear. He maxed Berserker's Blood in this lane.
Right. But now it's for free farm for Radiant.
Yeah, and it forced TP from the offlaner and for both to him. At least the Tusk will get the both boundaries here. Husker is not the bottle hero, so he never took him. Yeah, this Primal Beast is slowly getting back his game. You know, like if he can get like 1 or 2 successful rotations, which this one is getting scouted by the ward here. But if he gets 1 or 2 kills, like it's not the Radiant are not out of the game yet at all.
No, not at all.
Now Mars misses another spear. Tusk will get silenced and will die over here.
Yeah, and once this draw hits 6, lane's gonna be really, really tough for Radiant. Whoa.
And
Whoa.
big axes from yeah. Now,
Yeah.
Primal Beast has the haste, and he's ready. You know, he sees his Beastmaster and he wants the Beastmaster.
Oh yeah, you know what?
And
If
he
I
sees
had,
him on the ward right now. He's waiting for somebody to respawn. Yeah.
Oh, there's the Hawk.
Will pop the stun, but if he has the... Yeah, he's able last
Oh.
second to pop
Wow.
the Primal Roar with the early Snapfire level 6, with how well their lane went. They're able to kill off the Primal Beast. This Snapfire will die, she's found by the Tusk, but still, it's well worth it for the Dire. You know, the haste rotation for the Primal Beast could be so scary. On top, it's fine. Radiant are straight smoking after the kill on the Snapfire over there. The supports want to do something, you know, they want to get the kill on this Huskar.
Yeah, with the Primal Beast TP in, it's very doable if Mips doesn't back to Ancients. And he's already got Armlet now, so it's gonna be much harder to kill this guy. He's like 2,000 health.
I mean, still, like, if they get like 1 snowball on him, like, you know, with the Primal Beast, I think that's enough damage. Primal Beast does crazy damage, but
Alright, Mips has made some
before,
friends in
and
the
this
jungle.
Tusk runs in solo versus the Huskar. I don't think this will work out.
Where are you going?
But for now, actually, the Primal Beast comes in.
Oh,
gets
wow.
pushed back, but he will still able to come in. We'll use the ulti. Huskar starts to go low. They're trying to trade with him. And he will actually survive. We'll toggle the
That
armlet and we'll kill
armlet
them
just
all
too
there.
strong. I think he had a fairy fire in there too. That was insane.
Wow.
And that botch gank, just it looks so bad for Radiant. They knew they were playing on a timer and they stressed themselves out, and now they're sitting and they're wondering, scratching their heads, what do we do now? Because this
Yeah, like-
Huskar's already online with his armlet. That's really like the only item he needs until he gets BKB.
All 3 Dark
Radiant's
Wars on top
middle
of the
tower
net worth
is
right
under
now.
attack.
This Primal Beast has an amazing game. You know, Huskar has an amazing
This'll
game as
come in
well.
handy.
So at some point, you know, like after they get the Wraith back on the Beastmaster, I would be not surprised if they try to go for the Roche pretty soon.
They could go for the Roche right now if they want to fight, but
Yeah, like, you know, like get a killer choose somewhere. And, go
oh
for
wow,
it.
that Wraith pack's on 200 gold away. That's just so cheap.
I mean, that's more about how farmed this Beastmaster is, how through the lane he has. On top, CM will go down, but that's, you know, Arena used the... You're fine with it as a CM, you were getting your level. Yeah, so far, so good for the Dire. You know, they have an amazing team.
Yeah, that whole early game went way better than than we expect. I mean, some things occurred exactly as we expected it to. For example, Drow dying once or twice, but the turnaround to kill Tusk and Mars was unexpected and honestly extremely detrimental, because I think that was one of the big selling points of what is it, funny something?
Yeah, I'll also say, like, look at the Dire wards right now. Their C is saying entire top half of the map. So this Drow has absolutely, you know, free time in this jungle. Like, she sees everything. Like, it's really easy for her to go out of danger, you know. seeing where the enemies are.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
10 sentries on the map for what? Or 10 sentries total? 50 gold each, and they have this much vision, really? Wowza.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
All right, I'm looking to see this PB make some plays. It's his time to shine. It's the 12th minute of the game. Unfortunately, you are playing against the Huskar, who almost has a
Radiant's
Sanj,
middle tower
or who
is
actually
under
does have a
attack.
Sanj coming to him on courier, and there's a Beastmaster running down your lanes. But I think now they have to make a play. They need to.
They
get
want to
some
go. They want to
limit
contest the
on
mid.
plays.
You know, there's a lead pack. They're trying to now. The Prowl Beast will come in. They'll pop the ulti on the Huskar. They're starting to get kind of low. The Mars will pop the arena. Snowball comes in from the downtown. The Snapfire will try to counter with the damage. And this Husker starts going down. Husker lived through all of it. And on the side, Crystal Maiden comes in with Max Frostbite, able to kill off the Primal Beast. And this is starting to get out of control at all for the Radiant
Radiant's
side. You
middle
know,
tower has fallen.
whatever they're trying to
Yeah.
do, they just don't have the last bit damage. You know, for the Berserker's Blood, giving so much magic resistance, so much regen, counteracts all of the Primal Beast damage. You know, way more than I expected, at least from the before. The
Morphling, but to get yeah, there he goes.
Oh no. All right, this is suddenly looking extremely dire-sided. Roche is definitely going down here as well.
Yeah, the win probability is 90% from Dire team, and honestly, with how the games goes right now, I'm not surprised. You know, they're going to contest the Roche. This Prowl Beast will disrupt it for a bit time. Radiant are grouped in there. We'll try to go something, do something. Don't have the Mars Arena.
This is pretty not great for Radiant here. This is, I mean, they lost the fight before under tower with all their heroes. Do you think it's gonna go better, Roche pit against the Huskar? I mean,
It depends. Like, it can go still. Like, you know, the Husker still doesn't have the BKB or anything. So, like, if somehow they
Radiant's
can
bottom
get a good
tower
fight,
is under attack.
like, you know, just like a couple more spells landed, they have a chance. And most importantly for them is to delay this Roche time. You know, 'cause as soon as the Husker gets the Roche, he's unstoppable. Like, they need to contest it, and they know they need to contest it. They'll smoke, they'll try to find this Husker. Husker is away from this team right now. Instead, Primal Roar will come out of the Tusk. Tusk will instantly go down. Primal Beast comes in. They're getting Arena, but CM ulti is doing a lot right now. Will kill out this
Wow.
Primal Beast 100-0. Frostbite coming out onto the Enchantress. This Enchantress looks very dead in my eyes. And now they will not be able to contest Roche anymore. Free Roche for the Husker coming in here.
damn. I mean,
You know,
I don't know. It's looking pretty bad.
yeah, it's looking pretty bad. And Drow Ranger, you know, is working towards the bike, obviously, you know, because she realizes, you know, the Primal Beast is the scariest hero for her. She's an escape,
To the Dire.
7K net worth lead. Who's the bottom half core on the map? Who's like the poorest core in the entire map?
it is a problem.
Probably.
It is the Primal Beast. It's this is really like the opposite of what you want to see happen with the Primal Beast. I mean, theoretically the execution's not too difficult, but it's just such a poor lane, and the game's absolutely not going your way at all. And there were a couple forced fights, and now it's looking really awful. The character who has like one job is now.
Yeah, and look at the Husker, you know, he doesn't finish the halberd. You realize, like, what does he halberd here? Like, you don't care about morphing damage at all yet. Like, he just goes straight for the BKB from
Radiant's
here on out,
middle
and it's
tower
like,
is under attack.
I really like this choice, you know, like, it will allow them to at least take all the lanes right now, you know, with this Aegis, and then right after the Aegis despawns, like, he'll have the BKB, he'll be ready to go even for more.
Yeah, you know, if I'm Radiant, I'm gonna see if I can kill this Huskar one more time, and then probably GG out and just mentally reset for the next game. This is like horrible.
Yeah, you know, like,
if I'm Radiant, I'm depressed.
and all of this happens, like, while Drow completely free farms doing whatever she wants for the whole game, you know, like, it's literally your dream as a carry to just be able to just farm jungle, push out the lanes. Nobody tries to contest you.
Push
Now
this a
she-
draw.
She
Until
gets kind
now.
of close. She'll get it by Tusk and by the Primal Beast. She's getting kind of low. Multiple TPs coming in. A Frostbite from the Crystal Maiden
Wow.
will start ulting, and they're not even able to kill off this Drow.
That's-
Primal Roar coming out on the Tusk will kill off Tusk as well.
God, dude.
That would have been really nice, but
I think the Tusk shards were maybe a little I don't know. I think they kind of blocked out the Primal Beast from just trampling all over whatever he wanted, and that caused
Yeah,
a lot
I think
of damage.
I mean, this Brown Beast just doesn't do enough damage, you know, like because he's so far behind, you know, he's just not able to
Dire's structures are fortified.
do what he's supposed to as a hero, you know, usually. Like it's really sad to play hero like that when you're so far behind, because you're turning in such a like in a core position.
Dire's middle tower
Yep.
has been
And this
Huskar is doing
Morphling
Huskar
is,
things.
you know, he has okay farm, but he's so far away from being able to do anything here, you know. He just finished his
Wow.
Yasha, has 800 gold. Like,
Oh boy. Alright, here goes Huskar. He's in with the jump. Yep, Dead Tusk. More than enough damage, of course, and that gigantic slew of ults only used for getting themselves
Fourth lane,
killed.
top lane, decided to TP right in front of a Crystal Maiden. Got frostbitten.
It's okay.
he's
He'll be
looking
okay.
for it, but
Nope,
yeah,
no, he won't.
Yeah, he was already full strength. Couldn't survive the last hit
God.
from the Snapfire. Snapfire even goes for the mech, goes straight for the creeps, you know. They just understand that they can just finish this game like in probably next 5 to 10 minutes, like if everything goes well for them. You know, right in the BKB timing over here from the Huskar.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah, it's
tower
coming on the
has
next
fallen.
1 or 2 creep waves in a camp. I mean,
Dire's
it's
middle tower is under
this
attack.
is
Yeah, and the
this
Drow
is
now has
age
the
lacking.
pike, so you know the shards will no longer stop her like before. So this Drow should feel way more confident going forward now.
Win probability sitting at 98% for Dire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
know where the other 2% are coming from. You know, like I honestly struggle to see any way for the Radiants to come back and do this.
If Tusk goes Desolator and then they all jump or they all jump Huskar simultaneously, they can kill him. Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, that's where the 2% is. If Tusk sells all of his items and goes Deso and tries to kill the Huskar and somehow gets another, what, like, like 2,000 gold or something? Yeah, doable. That's the 2%. But I mean, aside from that, it's
Yeah,
it's
but
really
then
brutal.
you know, okay, even if you find the 2% there, okay, you're killing Huskar, but then Drow, there's nothing left to contest Drow. When Huskar starts to go high ground, you know, with last minute of Aegis, he has BKB coming in through right now. As I said, right as Aegis despawns, you'll get the BKB here. Unless the Mars will be able to kill it. Mars actually kills the BKB for the Huskar here. It's one. Okay, this might be the start, you know, like of those 2%. Killing the BKB of the Huskar,
Radiant's middle tower is
killing
under
him
attack.
somehow right after Aegis despawn here. You should be a bit
Radiant's
careful,
middle tower has
but
fallen.
still they have the
Radiant's
knack, they
middle
have the
barracks
save.
are under attack.
They have even the cookie from the Snapfire and everything.
I mean, look at this positioning from everybody on the Dire. They're just sitting behind the Huskar. They're like, well, they go on Huskar. We'll just kill all of them and save our Huskar first. I mean,
Yeah, and like, it's crazy how to think you're 90 minutes and you're taking tier 3 without your carry. You know, your carry is straight up farming, ignoring whatever you're doing, and you're taking tier 3s, and the Radiant team cannot contest 5v4. You know, like, it's crazy to think
has
about.
been killed.
Just shows how far ahead they're, you know. And this
Yes.
Mars tried to cut the wave, but now could get cut off. Could get across, freezing field, get killed over here. Instant smoke as well from the Dire. They want to find more. They want to find another hero. Maybe push out top wave at the same time. They'll run out into this Tusk. The Tusk has a blink though, so yeah, he's able to escape for now. But he jumps in the middle of Roach pit.
don't
He
go
is-
out, Tusk. Don't go out.
He tried to hide. He tried to hide. He tried to hide in the spot that you can see, but CM checked him.
It's like in those horror movies where it's like, no, don't go in the basement. All right. I guess what Dire's game plan? Just get some more farm on Huskar, wait for the BKB, maybe do second Roche. And then, win the game.
Yeah, take it. You know, the BKB is getting there in 30 seconds. Push out the top wave. Take tier 1, maybe take tier 2 as well. Then go straight back for the Roche, even though you know it's still down for quite a long time. But tier 2, tier 1, tier 2 top, and then like probably wait for the Roche if you want to be safe.
Right.
BKB down to the Primal Beast. We'll see if it can change anything. But, you know, they have a way to stun him through BKB as well. So it's not like it's
Radiant's top tower
allows
is
them to
under
just
attack.
run on top of people this game.
Yeah, and not only that, Drow's about to have all of her escape options as well. She's got her Hurricane Pike already, and she's got a Shadow Blade coming soon. So, I mean, the whole game plan of attacking the Drow and killing the Drow, like you said, sure, she'll have to run away from the Primal Beast, but what about the Huskar, you know, annihilating the entire team in the
Dire's
meantime?
middle tower
And Drow has more than enough options to actually live against the Primal Beast,
Radiant's
so
top tower is under attack.
yeah, this is not looking too hot.
I mean,
But there's always a way. What's win probability at?
alright, they are able to get a kill, I think. Let me see the draft. It is the first kill.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Actually, not so long.
Dire's middle
It's
tower
about 3
is under
minutes
attack.
since the last kill for
Radiant's
the
top
Radiant team,
tower
but
is
still,
under attack.
felt way more than that. You know.
Yeah, win probability is now at 97%, and you know why? It's because did Tusk get an assist on that kill? If Tusk got an assist, that means he's that much closer to Desolator. That's why that 1%
No,
inched up a
he's
little
that much closer to getting Axe to throw this Husker into the fountain.
bit. The fountain, right? Because there's
Dire's
no
Yeah,
doubt that they'll be
Zesta
inside
is
the
no
base.
longer enough, you know. You need to go for the Havel Fury. Now, look at them, top. The Mars will run into the Drow. They'll spear the
Oh.
Drow. This Drow is starting to get low, but they don't have any
Ah,
They
look
don't
at
have
the escape
vision.
option.
any vision with them, yeah. She's able to survive, and now this Tusk will die. Mars should be able to escape in a second. Actually, tries to go again for the Drow. No?
Drow?
No, okay.
No,
We'll
I
just
think-
try to run away. And this Tusk
they know
actually
how to-
managed to live as well. Really nice play with him, you know, the snowball into the blink, into the trees.
I mean, what was Dire? Oh, Primal Beast,
Beast
ulted,
died.
frostbitten. But Snaps here. They have so much damage to pump back into this Primal Beast. Drow's on the high ground.
Hold the BKB at all. Yeah, this is you know, this is a desperation move if I've seen
Yep.
one ever.
Yep. Roche is up now. So I was gonna say, what is Dire gonna do with that extra time they have after taking tier 1 and tier 2? It turns out they can just run around the map trying to kill people who come to them. But now Roche is up. So
Yeah, it turns out, you know, you get the fast roast spawn, you know, because I think it was pretty much like the lowest timing possible, or
Yep.
close to it.
nope. It was the first. It was at 8 minutes, as fast as possible.
Yeah, they're even not ready to check it, you know, because sometimes we don't expect it to be instant spawn.
Housecar seems happy hitting creeps anyway.
Yeah, and we were talking about the BKB, and now he almost has the axe as well. 1,000 gold away from it.
Yeah, if Huskar is put in a position to take over the game, especially at this high level, there's no doubt that he will.
Yeah.
And he seems pretty happy.
Grease down for the Snapfire. Crystal Maiden almost has the BKB. Primal Beast is also working on the BKB there. And you need to remember that Morphling is the hero that does mostly magic damage, especially, you know, at least until he gets way later in the game. So when they get those multiple BKBs, the Radiant team doesn't have any right-click damage at all.
Yeah, I don't know if way later in the game's coming up anytime
Yeah,
soon,
yeah.
especially with the start they've had, right? So,
And even if it comes to them, you need to remember that Drow is a really good hero versus Morphling. You know, like, if potentially they somehow can survive for like 10-15 more minutes, Drow only gets stronger by the minute. So, in this
full
matchup.
smoke from Radiant now, running towards the towards the Gyre jungle. They might be able to catch out this Beastmaster.
They're able to jump over. Probably tries to go for more straight up, so that's a good fight. They're killing off the Beastmaster here. Primal Beast
I
will
would
pop
be
the
very
BKB,
scared.
will run on top of this Drow. Will ulti the Drow. Drow gets stunned.
Drow's fine.
Snapfire using ulti. Mars tried to cancel it, but the spear was too close range. Now he's in no man's land. He will die off to the frostbite.
In the meantime, they kited out the Primal Beast BKB and they finished him off.
Yeah, they tried to go a bit too aggressive. You know, it was like something that they needed to try to do. You know, you cannot just settle for the Beastmaster kill and like run away and wait for his respawn. It's like then you kind of achieve nothing. They need to try to do it, but they're just so far behind. It's really hard to do that type of play.
And after this, Roche is going to be Ags for the Huskar as well. Yeah, this
And
is
the shard as well.
and shard,
I
right.
expect it to go to the Husker probably.
Should go to Huskar, right? Because he'll be able to push off the Primal Beast even if he's stunned, which is really
Yeah, the
nice.
other one's Drow, but Drow already has her. And the support ones are not. You know, Snapfire. Actually, everybody has it except for the CM.
And these team fights are just—they're going so wrong for what is it? Funny. What's the
Funny
last
Zone,
part of their name?
Funny Zone.
Funny Zone, right? They're going so wrong for Funny Zone. Even in that last fight where they got a great initiation out of the Beastmaster and able to kill him so quickly, they immediately split up and try to go for more. But the problem is that they just don't have anything to anchor down all their damage and all their team. So you know you've got people just kiting out all over the place. Drow and Snapfire kiting PB and whatever's happening down in the river, kiting as well.
Right now, they're trying to go for the Huskar.
That's
He
not
pops
gonna
the
happen.
BKB, pops the the Agnes Scepter ulti on the Ench. This Ench dies. Mars is able to run away, no HP. Huskar still has his Aegis up. They just don't have enough resources right now.
Yeah, it's
Totally
about time
expect
to
them,
call it,
yeah.
y'all.
Yeah, they need to call it. I mean, you know, even if they don't, I think it's about a minute until the game ends anyway. Here, so.
Yep. I think Mip stayed at 400 health for that entire fight. You know, he got down to 200 a little bit, but I mean,
Yeah, they don't
it's
have any
nothing
right click
close.
damage, and the Morphling, you know, he cannot right click. So how do you kill this
Radiant's
Husker?
bottom barracks are under attack.
He's going for Silver Edge, but I don't know if there's enough space in the world for this Morphling at this point.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Time for Megas.
Let us
I feel like this Problem Beast is missing a lot of his onslaughts.
Yeah, I agree. Even like this one, you know, he didn't you can cancel, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Mars tries for the initiation. Will actually get saved by the possible. I don't think it'll change much. Mips lives again on 600 HP, and GG comes
Yeah.
out and really defends.
Yeah, there it is.
It really set game, you know, like we thought they would have a good side lanes and they would be able like to survive this onslaught of the dire teams because they were doing the mates. But they failed to kill this drown enough times on top. Bot lane went very wrong, you know, from how I expected it to go. I think I severely underestimated, you know, the damage that the Snapfire and Beastmaster with the Axis build can have there. Yeah. Really good game from the Dire.
Yeah, it was just the nuance of how Morphling performs in a lane against constant harass. That's we might have missed out on a little bit because that lane was absolutely horrendous for them.
Yeah, alright.
But yeah, kudos to Dire, and especially the Huskar just creating all the space in the world and off coming in at the end to clean it up.
Yeah, and yeah, we'll go on a short break and we'll come back for the game 2 when it's up. Game 2.
Dire
Got
team
the Funny
back.
Zone versus Dinks.
Radiant
Funny Zone
team
won
back.
game 1. We'll see if
Dire
anything
team
changes
back.
this time around. What do you think the Radiant team needs to change this time around to have a different outcome of this game?
I don't know. Have an answer to
10 seconds
Huskar. I
remaining.
mean, all the heroes on Radiant. The only way that you could
5
really deal with that
seconds
Huskar early
remaining.
game is by going like Vessel on Enchantress first item. But their lane also went so horrendously that there was no way that was ever going to happen. And I think as soon as that bottom lane was secured, with the Huskar already winning mid, it was pretty much just downhill from there. They also need to be a lot cooler in the sense of I feel like they were really pressured the whole time. They were like, oh, I have to go make a play. I have to go
Radiant
try to,
team back.
we have to go try to kill this Huskar in their jungle and in their triangle. And they felt like they're really rushing a lot of things, and it caused a lot of mis-executions.
team
And I think that absolutely contributed to their loss in a huge way.
Yeah, and unless this,
Radiant
you know,
team pick.
the mid for the Radiant team,
Enchantress.
it has a private profile or something. He had one game of Primal Beast before.
Radiant
He went
team
15-3, but it was only one
Maiden.
game. We'll see. Maybe a more comfort hero for their mid. Will I'm to do better this time because Primal Beast, honestly, you could have seen like some plays where you could have played better.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, it's a horrible lane anyway. I guess
It is a
Dire
horrible
team.
lane, like, really hard. And honestly, the lane wasn't the hardest part. Like his lane went like as good as you can expect for a melee hero versus a Huskar.
I would argue it went better than expected. I mean, he hit against Huskar. You usually have all your groups tonight, but he hit an okay level 6 timing as well.
Yeah, I mean he just has way more right click damage, so where he like is able to us it in the 9 bomb,
5 seconds
even while
remaining.
getting harassed, especially with the uproar. But yeah, all things considered, Huskar still had an amazing game after that, and a couple times they tried to kill him, they weren't able, and the game stomped, spiraled out of control after that.
Dire team back.
Right. Yeah, that's a great pick. I
Yeah.
love the Nyx pick, especially against Dawnbreaker.
And Crystal Maiden as well. Crystal Maiden
Yeah.
will not cast her ult until the BKB at all this game.
Yep, I'm a simp for Silencer, so I would have picked that and just had no suns on my supports. But
10 seconds remaining.
I think Nyx is probably the correct answer there.
5 seconds
Yeah, with the
remaining.
Ench, Nyx is way more natural as a 4 here coming in. Very interesting to see both teams really contesting this Ench first pick. Like, I know Ench is a decent hero, but I didn't consider it first pick material myself. Kind of surprised, honestly, to see that highly contested here.
Yeah, especially because you can have it easily counterpicked by like a CM if you play it 4, which is suspect but still doable. Playing a CM4 against an Ench is a pretty, well, depending on how much you value killing the creep, it's pretty strong.
Yeah, the
Dire
strength of
team
Ench
back.
support is that like at some point she starts to return in like another core. Basically, like it's another core from 5. And she's kind of usually way stronger in lane than what we've seen in like game 1.
Radiant
'cause
team back.
they had so low HP versus
Dire
2
team back.
high magic damage cores. Core and the support duo.
Right.
We'll see. This time the Ench has a better game here.
Yeah, did you see that puppy build from was it Liquid versus Secret in one of the games? If you had-
I don't remember the exact build, but I expected it to be like the Pike
10
Axe, the BKB or
seconds
something, right?
remaining.
It was like Pike. It was like Hurricane Pike into
5
I don't know some
seconds
other random
remaining.
item into like Assault Cuirass.
Okay. Yeah, that's
It's like wow.
yeah, like that's what I mean by saying that the 5 Ench goes cure items, because like I mean you can go like I don't know Wraith Pact or something, but it's pretty normal for support Ench to still go like the Pike and go the semi-carry route
Radiant
after that.
team back.
Right.
Radiant team pick.
A lot of bans, a lot of picks. Leshrac out again, of course.
Yeah, survived till second phase this time. Wasn't first phase, because the Dire probably favored Nyx as the pick there, because Taldi would probably get banned in the ban phase over here. And
100%.
10 seconds remaining.
Yep. Also an Invoker ban and a Pudge
5
ban.
seconds remaining.
That's are those like big heroes for Koryak?
Invoker definitely. He has like 600 game of those. Not sure about the Pudge. Pudge is a strong hero overall. they don't have like their supports lack damage, especially early on. You know, at some point Ashe will have damage, but early on she doesn't, and Pudge would be pretty hard to kill with those supports.
Right.
Especially, you know, with the healing from Dawnbreaker coming out as well and all that stuff. Tiny coming out with the set. Really like this Tiny pickup. Both Nyx and Ench are low HP heroes, and if Tiny, you know, if it's a support for Tiny, if you can get a kind of fast blink, especially if it's a mid Tiny, he will get the fast blink, and like he can eat those supports alive.
10 seconds remaining.
Right. I like the flexibility of Funny Zone's draft so far. You can have the 2 Tiny, you can have the 4 Tiny. You could put Dawnbreaker mid, or 3, or even 4 if you really wanted to. In CM, I mean, you don't want a player as a 4, but you can absolutely get there. But I like that their draft is very open right now, but it's still ticking a lot of boxes they need. You know, they have a lot of burst damage, they have catch, they have sustain.
Dire team pick.
Whoa!
That's an interesting 3 pick here. I'm a big Troll enjoyer. Really like the hero, really enjoy it. Wouldn't say it's the strongest hero at all. It has its uses, but you need to be very careful, you know, with how you utilize this hero. I'll say this.
All right, hear me out. Dawnbreaker 3, Tiny 2, Silencer 4.
Yeah, I agree with you here. I'm picking Silencer is not great against Nyx, usually, but I would definitely pick the Silencer here. Except there's a Pango coming in. That probably means it's a 4 Tiny, and the mid Pango here. Although I'm not sure. It's kind of interesting. I mean, they have last pick.
I think it functions the same way.
Last pick. It's interesting that they're deciding to save last pick for their carry, considering they see both the carry matchup and the offlane matchup in Throne Enigma. It's very interesting to me, unless it's like some weird carry Tiny or carry Dawn. I'm kind of surprised they're leaving the last pick for their carry hero here.
You know what? Maybe okay. Hear me out. Tiny P1, Tango 3, Dawnbreaker 4, Crystal Maiden 5, Winter Wyvern mid.
Radiant team ban.
No, it's bad.
I mean, okay,
okay.
If it'll be Vexar playing mid, okay, I can see that happening. Because you know the guy, he loves his Winter Wyvern.
Right.
But I'm not sure that's something they would actually do. It will be fun as hell, especially if it worked. But I don't expect
I don't
to
think
see a
it's
Wyvern here.
Yeah, no.
I expect
Funny
maybe
Zone
something
had
more
no
like a Pog, if it's a mid, but I think it will be Tiny mid, honestly. I think it's a Gary last pick for them. And
I
the
agree.
reason I know they banned the Jar here. I'm just interested to see like what, I just don't know like what exactly Fury plays him in for that, because he's mostly a mid player and not a Gary player. So I'm interested to see
So
what
twice now we've seen Dire pick up a raid pack builder, and we haven't seen that from Funny Zone yet. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I think we talked about it. First item that he went on Beastmaster was raid pack, and I reckon we'll see exactly the same thing here from Enigma.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, the Beastmaster is pretty unusual. In Beastmaster, you usually go to Dom. You usually don't go to Wraith Pack. You go to the upgraded Dominator over the Wraith Pack. So it's kind of, you know, it was a bit surprising. And Enigma is kind of absolutely like the most usual build to go Wraith Pack.
Well, the TI winners just went Wraith Pack first on Beastmaster.
No, they went in last game. They definitely went upgraded Dom.
They went
sure.
Overlord.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I remember them having the big engine picks.
He was just Oraman the entire game though, so. Yeah, but
they're banning out the LD, the Huskar, you know, like the same heroes, best heroes for Nips here. We'll see what they decide to pick up.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know if he
Weird.
plays it, but if he plays it, like it
5
feels like
seconds
I would
remaining.
like to see an Invoker here or something.
it's banned.
What is it? Wait.
Invoker.
Radiant
Oh,
team
I didn't see.
pick.
Alright.
Wind Ranger
Okay,
at your
Wind Ranger.
service.
Wind Ranger.
It's another hero that he plays a lot. Like his top 4 heroes in his profile is Lone Druid, Wind Ranger, Pudge, and Huskar. I mean, it's a
Alright, you know
comfort
what?
hero, you know. At least it will be as a comfort hero. Wind Ranger's not in the best state right now, but
10 seconds remaining.
he's susceptible to getting killed by the Tiny.
Templar assassin. Choose your hero.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't.
So
I personally don't want to play either of these drafts. Maybe the Radiant one again, but
I'll say this: they put a Tiny 4, and I would actually say, like, if this would be at the mid Tiny, I would say that I would say that Radiant have a chance of doing something interesting with the mid Tiny here, because I feel like all 4 heroes except for the Troll really hate playing against Tiny, and poor Tiny here. But this is a mid Pango. Lane will be fine for him, I guess. Like, it will be kind of, I think it will be a trading lane. It's not the worst TA game, but I kind of think I would favor the Dire here probably. They don't have an obvious answer to the Enigma.
yeah, it almost feels like an inverse of game 1, where Dire has this draft where they're obviously going to go Wraith Pact, and then they have a lot of answers to what Radiant wants to do. So I'll give it to Dire. Oh, hold on, I gotta think a little harder.
I've got to go, guys. I apologize.
Oh, no worries.
No problem. Good seeing you here for game 1 cast and draft over here.
All right, good luck on your cast. Peace out.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to see the lane matchups when they actually walk to lane. For some reason, I can't seem to visualize who's winning what. But let's see, you've got Troll against
Dawnbreaker.
Troll Warlord against Dawnbreaker Pango? No, Dawnbreaker
No,
Tiny.
Dawnbreaker Tiny.
Prepare for
Okay,
battle.
with the Enchantress, he should win the lane. Bottom lane's gonna be TA against what? Enigma Nyx. I think TA is gonna be A-okay. And then mid lane is Pango against what is it? Wind Ranger. Which also seems pretty fine for both of them.
Yeah,
There's
that'll be a trade lane. I don't think, like, if anything happens mid, I'll be really surprised. Should be an absolute trade fest.
Yep, totally agree. I think if anything exciting is gonna happen this game, it's gonna be in the top lane.
Yeah, I just think, like, if the game goes late, this favors the Dire. That's what I think, and I don't think it's like, I don't think the Radiant have ways to really like pop off based on like what I see from the lanes. And if the late game comes, I don't see a way for them to answer the Enigma here at all.
Well, dead Troll Warlord. Sad.
Thanks.
That is a deep ward. Well worth the gold though for the first blood.
It went to the Tiny though. Didn't go to a mid. You know, you would prefer to see it in the Pango, but that's fine. Pango didn't go the Shield Crush. Went for the Swashbuckle level 1 as well.
Well, look at it this way. Tiny's gonna be able to get an early Blink Dagger, yeah? And if that's what is gonna be the main thing for him to kind of control the game and kill these supports and squishy characters, you know, he's already on the way.
Fair enough. I mean, it's not, honestly, like, it's not the biggest deal. That's what I mean, you know? Like,
Right.
Let's put it this way. If it would go to Pango, it would be like he had the bottle right now already. It would be way worse. But that way, like, whatever. Troll is during time.
Right, right.
Yeah, TA went Cyblade level 1. Yeah. I would say it's like, I don't know like if it's expected or not versus the Enigma, but it's a really good choice versus Enigma, versus the Eidolons.
Yeah, I'd say it's expected. You can clear them really quickly, and it's basically just another 3 creeps in your lane, right?
Yeah, because, you know, normally you don't go, safe lane TA never goes Cyblades until level 4, or at least level 3. But this time it's different. On top, Dawnbreaker gets kind of low, gets slowed down by the end, but Tiny will save the Dawnbreaker with the Avalanche.
Ooh, it's double ranged against double melee, so it's gonna be a thing to see if Dire can out harass them and make
On
it
the
seem
mid
really
lane,
unappealing
though,
to take a
this
kill.
Wind Ranger still pretty far away from the bottle. It's kind of low in resources. It still has some healing. Should be noted that like Pango is a melee hero, and Wind Ranger cannot really scare him away. So he should have absolutely fine time here. Asset, and you know, as a melee hero.
Right. It's just a matter of time. Wind Ranger just needs some time to get the right clicks onto Pango and preferably not take all the damage that she's currently taking from creeps. That's all she's gonna have to do to come out at least equal in the lane, if not on top.
Yeah, the bottle was already coming out though, so she should be fine.
Right. What does Potato Creep do again? Attack speed. Okay.
On bot, CM gets low. Last tick of Malphite, and she'll go down.
Brutal.
Overextended, you know.
That's Dota.
Yeah, when there's 6 Eidolons, they do a lot of damage.
Yep. There's been a few Enigma games where I've had one of my Enigmas say, dude, I just stun them once and they'll all die. And he has, you know, all of a sudden 6 Eidolons and he's level 3 and he's doing, you know, thousands of points of damage. You gotta be careful, especially with a squishy character like CM where she can't deal with all the damage coming out. And she's, again, just a glorified creep at the early levels. And I mean, of course she has spells, but just kill the Eidolons, punch the Eidolons. So hard.
This Dawnbreaker is also really low, and she has no healing. I mean, so should be really careful over here. Meanwhile,
Sorry, just gotta brace her
Ench
eventually.
goes on this tiny will avalanche away again, and we'll go steal the Boundary Rune over there.
Alright. Yeah, mid lane, Mip's doing A-okay now against the Pengo.
Yeah, now level 2 refraction. Now we start to see those Eidolons dying. Like we see that, you know, how much Elastis already has as TA, and we'll only go up from here on.
Right, and I guess that's the goal. Who's winning this late game, in your opinion? I mean, Enigma's scary and all, but you still give it to Dire?
Yeah, I think
Dire's
so.
courier has been killed.
Because like at some point, TA will just TA cannot kill Troll in late game basically, and you have the Enigma to follow up with it.
Right.
Because
That
Troll
seems to
has like
require
50.
Dire's
Troll has
bottom
like
tower
50
is
armor
under attack.
in late game. TA cannot shoot through that. And they have no
Right.
way to cancel Black Hole as well. You know, when the BKB comes in.
What can I say? Nature loves me.
Like TA drafts are almost always on a bit of a timer. On top,
Top
shard
is-
golems will drop their stuns on the tiny will go down.
I think these Enchantress players know what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty good. Yeah, you know, despite saying that all the action would be in top lane, it's been, what, 2 kills in bottom now?
No, it was one. Oh yeah,
Or-
two.
Oh no, 1 top, 1 bottom. Oh wait. Yeah, no, I'm confused, whatever. It's been 2 top, yeah. What is the... I keep thinking the Nyx's name is Goat Hitler for some reason.
Well,
Is that just me or...
that's
I don't know. I feel like maybe
that's
it
some
was a
professional level
previous
of
name.
casting, my friend.
I don't know. I'm like looking at it and it's like, man, I feel like he's just. You know what? I'm sure it was edited to fit the content guidelines of lads, right?
By
It's
the
a
way,
dead
this Enigma will get very low. Last
One more hit.
attack from the CM, but we'll actually be able to live. Now the TA runs in on the Nyx. Nyx will get low. CM doesn't have enough mana to pop Crimson over or anything to give vision for the last hit there.
Ooh. Yeah, that Enigma's feeling it. I mean, a couple lucky side blades and it's a dead Enigma.
By the way, this Ench is chasing down the Tiny, but never mind. He's fast
Radiant's
enough.
courier
Ench doesn't
has
have a
been
boots
killed.
or anything yet.
Nah, Tiny just doing tiny things.
Yeah. Still, this Dawnbreaker doesn't have a fun time. 14 last hits, you know, you don't want to see that.
Yep, it looks like Dire's managed to execute their plan of just out harassing and all of a sudden.
I mean,
Radiant's way
you
too
kind of
loaded for going.
expected. Troll is a really strong laner. Not a lot of
Right.
offlaners can win versus him. You know, because he has so much, you know, just ability like to slow
Oh.
you down and deal damage. Left
They're
alone.
going in
they're
now.
Trying to go, don't go in, but they will get blinded by the rolling axis.
Good old
He
missed
should be
chance.
able to run away here.
Okay, lane's going pretty well for both the safe laners, so it's
On
gonna
the
be
bot lane, they're kind of deep, and the Nyx rotates in. We'll land the stun onto the Nyx, I mean on the TA. Will gain this, and we'll actually turn on this Nyx. Nyx gets really low, will go down, and the refraction will save TA from dying. when it turns
Enigma's
into
looking
Enigma.
for it. He doesn't have the cooldown. 3 seconds off. Golly, that is a lot of damage. Top lane, Troll going on to Dawnbreaker now, of course. She's just going to jump away, but like you've been saying, that's kind of the story of top lane, where she's not really allowed to go up to this wave, especially if Enchantress is around. And now that Troll's 6, it's really scary.
Yeah. The Spango is level 6. Has his arcane boots as well. Oh. On the bot lane, that was Black Hole committed.
Ah, okay. I was like, how? But no.
Really
makes
nice
sense
solo
now.
kill. I didn't see. I actually missed the kill, so I didn't see what happened. If CM didn't,
Top lane,
have
Dawnbreaker getting low.
is able to
They're
run
not
away
gonna
as well.
quite have enough. And the Mud Golem almost had enough.
Honestly,
with
like
guns.
so far, I didn't see much impact from the Tiny. You know, I understand it's really hard to gank like Wind Ranger or something, but now he's getting chased down. Won't get slowed down. Will be able his usual like challenge to run away. But still, this top lane, you know, with the creep from the bench, with the troll and the Cardi wave, we'll get pretty low over here. If not,
Radiant's top tower
get killed
is
as well.
under attack.
Yeah, man. I mean, he got that early gold. I'm surprised there's no blink dagger at 8 minutes. This guy's really got to pick it up here. He's letting his team down.
Yeah, and also like look at again like this time, you know, like the Dire Wards, they're so good. Like
Radiant
they
are
see
scared.
basically like every part of a map right now. Like whole top area, you know, the area that they want to play, it's getting seen. On the bot lane now, you know, Enigma has no black
Quick
hole.
Enigma kill. Yeah, no movement.
Really
no
hard lane
black
for
hole.
the Enigma versus T. Like honestly, both safe laners had the game they wanted. So now like the question is like, what are they able to do of that?
Cool.
In the mid lane, they're trying to go on the Pango. Pango will use the roll, will get cancelled for a half a second, and will actually go down to the first focus fire. Wind Ranger went for the first item Javelin, and allows her to kill this Pango right here. Really nice
Great play
play.
from the Nyx as well to secure it. I mean,
Dire's
that's a
bottom
two-man job
tower
for
is
sure.
under attack.
Yeah.
And then Enigma back to top, and I'm sure Radiant's more than happy to see these creeps come into lane for the TA and maybe take the tower, maybe get out. Frostbite on a Nyx. Is there a stun? Is there a stun? It's a dead CM?
Radiant's middle
It should be a
tower
death
is
CM because
under
they have
attack.
the traps, so they have the ton of slopes.
Whoa.
Actually, might be a death for the next CM.
Yeah, this is the dead Nyx.
Yeah.
Dire's
But
top
it's,
tower
you know what's
is under
happening is
attack.
the Enigma's just feeding this TA millions and millions of Eidolon. She's got this ridiculous GPM boost just off of all of that. I mean, she's at 4k GPM, along with the kills, of course, but ultimately it's I mean, it's like 3 Eidolons. It's an extra like 2 creeps for every wave. It's actually pretty insane. And yep, Dragonlance and Shirley should just go into a quick farming rotation. Deso blink and try to run over the game with the Tiny and the Dawnbreaker.
On top lane, Dawnbreaker tries to go on the Enchantress. Enchantress gets a little low, will die to the toss damage. Finally, we'll see something happening for the Dire top lane. You know, this Nyx scouts the Pango rotation. But this Nyx actually can go down in return. This Tiny has the toss, has that one. Will toss in the Pango on top of the Nyx.
Radiant's middle
Nyx
tower
will get
is
killed
under
off.
attack.
Isn't able to deny himself to the creeps.
Brutal. Ah, my. Let's see. Nice quiet game. I was watching a league game earlier today. It was, I think 22 minutes in and there were 5 kills. I don't understand how people watch it. Stun onto the TA now. This Enigma's got to be careful, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
this could be really bad.
She has the black hole though, so she has the ability to save herself. But still, I don't think she needs to go that aggressive. Gets slowed down by a trap. Dawnbreaker will come in and will secure the kill very easily. This Ench also is treble, level 1 Nature's Damnance. We'll try to heal up. We'll see if it actually saves her. She's really low. She's about to run into the trap. Trap, slow down. Will kill off the TA. Also, Wind Ranger gets picked off by the Tiny with the Avalanche Toss with the help of the Pango roll over here. Nyx has level 6. We'll try to run in. Tries to find the return kill for the Tiny, but Tiny, I think, will be able to run off to his base. in
No,
time.
he's scuttling, man. He's got movement. I want to see it.
Dire's
Bop!
middle tower
Any
is under
second.
attack.
No,
No,
okay.
it's that he will settle
that
for
great.
the career kill over there.
Dire's structures are fortified.
He's scuttling. He's got this movement.
Yeah,
but
really
not
nice
quite
stretch
enough.
for the Radiant, you know, like utilizing the Dawnbreaker, being able to rotate to
Dire's
kill off the
bottom
Enigma
tower
over there.
is under attack.
Enigma maybe
Right.
even overestimating, you know, how far she can go versus the TA over there. Tia already has her Dragonlance working on the vessel.
Yep. She's had a great lane. She's only going to get even farther and farther ahead, especially when compared to a troll, who is simply going to hit creeps. TA is going to hit like 5 creeps at the same time. She's got her support stack and camps for her already. At least, well, never mind. I missed that stack. But smoke out now from the Dire. They're looking for the TA. They've got Enigma with Black Hole, of course, and Enchantress obviously.
This
going in for
Nyx
quick
runs
counts.
into the Pango, steals the haste rune from him. Pango has the ulti, will get slowed down. Oh, okay, misses the power shot, and this will mean that the Pango survives, but this Crystal Maiden runs into, will die to the Wind Ranger focus fire
Dire's
over
middle
there.
tower is under attack.
Map's closing down a little bit for Radiant here. Top lane, Tiny taking a little harass on the troll as well. Map is kind of
On the bot lane, by the way, this Dawnbreaker goes onto the Enigma. Enigma is actually pretty low. Pango will TP in into the black hole straight up. We'll see if he's able to kill her. Nyx stun, very nice on the Pango. Cancels the roll. Means the Pango will go down. Now the Dawnbreaker will get stunned by the Nyx from the carapace. Dawnbreaker is actually real low. Nullifies will mean that this Dawnbreaker dies as well.
Oh, they're running circles around them. Yeah, it's looking pretty good for Dire, but they do still have that troll farming up in the top lane, and their Wind Ranger's obviously picking up kills as well. So.
No, it looks pretty good for the Dire. This Tiny is 500 gold away from the blink, and this is the next Radiant timing for trying to do something like this. You know, when he has the blink, this Tiny is really scary. He is already like level 4, toss level 4 at lunch.
Well, that's the end.
Skills the ulti, but she's nullifies. There is a Nyx, goes straight up down.
Radiant's
Gotta get pretty lucky for that one. What can you do?
Radiant's middle tower is under
This troll
attack.
also will have a Battle Fury in like a minute or so. And Tiny should have his
Dire's top
gold for
tower
the
is under attack.
blink in one more wave. Nyx sees the Dawnbreaker. Will not opt out to go on him. Instead, will continue to scout into the tri camp.
Radiant's courier.
Yeah, I
has
mean,
been-
Dire's
Oh,
just like
actually,
perfectly-
really big. He kills the Pango's diffusals over there. So this Pango doesn't have diffusals for the next 2 minutes. This
that's
is
actually
really big
huge.
for the Dire. Now Dire should feel pretty confident in contesting this mid
Dire's
here.
top tower
You know,
is under
Wind Ranger
attack.
has the double damage in the bottom room.
Right. I mean, it's gonna line up pretty well with the Tiny's blink when he ends up getting it, but yeah, you know, not having diffusal severely detriments the amount of damage that you can actually do on Pango, especially against a character like Wind Ranger who's going to evade all of your
Dire's
attacks
top tower
normally.
is under attack.
That diffusal's
Radiant's
huge.
middle tower is under attack.
Should be
Dire's
pretty
that
easy making our
Pango?
Pango roll.
Radiant's middle
Well,
tower
they're
is
trying to get
falling.
at least the inch. Instead, the double damage pop in the Wind Ranger will kill off the Dawnbreaker, and this Eng just heals through everything over here. And Spango should be careful. He doesn't have the swashbuckle. Will pop the pick pole, tries to run away, has the shield crash for some return damage. Will be able to buy time until the swashbuckle and will be able
Dire's
to
top
go
tower
away.
is under attack.
Enigma's got his Wraith Pact. It's time to play the game of Dota in the year 2022. It's the item of the year, Wraith Pact. It's gotta be
So-
it's gotta be a tier 2 soon.
Blink on a Tiny. They smoked with the CM smoke is almost run. Will run out right here, right now. But if they're able to catch this Ench or Enigma especially, he tosses in. He throws away the Enigma
Oh,
from the
oh
Dawnbreaker.
no.
That's not great, but she'll still go down. It's alright. You know, tossing in through 3 heroes, fine as well over there. Get
It's
the kill
kill
on the
either way.
creep, get the kill on the Wraith back. You know, they needed something. They needed to return kill. They needed to swing back the game, get their ways. TA also has a Dessa now. You know, they have the damage now. You know, like they're in a stage. Even with the Wraith back, they can kill pretty much anybody on the Dire team right now until this Wind Ranger does the BKB.
I think it's a great gank as well from Radiant to go into their own jungle and try to get that kill, because it's going to allow them to take over that space on the map that they're kind of missing from their
Dire's
TA.
middle tower
Yeah,
is
The
under
TA is doing
TA
great in the top jungle, but
Gets
Oh.
stunned by the Wind Ranger. She has the backup from the Pango. Pango will roll in. Will be able to stun in on this Wind Ranger. Misses the rest of the rule, actually. But TA, big pop. Actually pops the refraction as well. The black hole comes in. Troll comes in as well. Uses the whirling axis. Starts to hit down. This Pango rolls away. Has the full disarm. But the troll pops ulti. Will try to run down the Pango. Pango has the Invis. We'll save him from the initiation there. Overall, 3 for 2 trade. You know, they weren't able to save the TA, even though she popped the refraction. Was really close. The black hole came in at the very right time there to save their lives.
yeah, great job from Enigma. Of course, the Wraith Pact putting in the work there, reducing a lot of the damage, and really allowing them to stay alive for the black hole to come out and clean up the fight. And it's a great GPM boost for the troll as well, who's now being gone on. Oh, it's tossed on the tiny. So it's not gonna quite get the troll back on the tower, but
Yeah, you know what happened in the fight? The Pango had defusals, but unfortunately, like, the crew responds just now. So all the time, you know, he was without his defusals. Like, I think if he had defusals, like this, that fight would have gone like completely the opposite. And at least now he has defusals and blink dagger both. You know, he has the initiation now. They were lacking that a bit. I mean, they had a tiny with blink as well, I guess. So double blinks up now. They'll try to go for the mid as well. You know, they know that the black hole is down. When the black hole is down, this is the Radiant timing to go.
roll coming in from Pango, maybe.
Instead, just goes with the diffusal blade, instantly kills this toss. Will save the Pango. Pango really low. Domber here will use her ult just to heal off the Pango. Now they're trying to keep the sieging. They still have the Pango roll. You know, Pango is low HP. We'll see if he can get the yeah, he gets the power and he'll be able to heal off a bit. He has the ulti. I think they can still go for more in the mid. You know, the black hole is still down for a minute and a half. Like, this is still their timing. Yeah, and they will smoke. No dire wards in vision. So they're running straight into the dire triangle where there is a ward that sees us for this Wind Ranger right now. Wind Ranger is still 300 till the BKB. It's a really nice timing for the fight for them right now. You know, they're forcing and doing the right thing by forcing the game. They're running into this Domber, sorry, Ench will instantly pop. And they're trying to catch the Enigma. The Avalanche will catch her, toss back into the fourth heroes. Enigma will go down immediately. In the mid lane, Trap comes off on the Nyx. Nyx is under the sentry ward. Pango, roll, comes in, stuns for the second time. Diffusal blade.
Oh, come on!
Okay, the Wolf gets finished off by the Dawnbreaker. Doesn't have the care phase, you know, care phase at all. And now, Radiant still have time to go for the rush, but you know, still 40 seconds without the black hole. TA has the Deso ready to finish, to go for this Roche. And they have the blast, you know, they're going to right back on this Dawnbreaker. You know. Dawnbreaker is less farmed than Enigma, we'll have it later, but we'll have it pretty soon as well. And Dire are scanning, but this seems to be an absolutely free Roche. There's no way for Dire to contest. The heroes are still dead. The BKB comes up with the Wind Ranger, but now they have the Aegis. Spike is almost there as well for the TA. You know, when you're playing against Troll, most important thing for you is to be able to kite the Troll. So, you know, like, every 4-staff, every Yules you can get, always worth it. Especially with this Troll not going BKB yet. You know, he went for the Yasha first.
What have we here?
Yep. I mean, it's still a pretty even game. There's a lot of time he's coming out for Radiant, and they're taking a lot of objectives, but at the same time, I mean, Dire's not at all in a losing position yet. I would say it's still fairly even. Their Troll's having a great start to the game, and like we said, you definitely don't want to be fighting the Dire comp late game with the lineup that Radiant has. So
yeah, like the Radiant are doing the right plays, and you know they need to get more. Right? As I said, you know, when Enigma has BKB, they don't have a cancel black hole. When Troll gets to level 20 and he gets his BKB, he pops the BKB ulti and just run down. So like they need to get more map control and they need to get ahead before that happens. You know, they need to get their critical mass in like the next 3 to 5 minutes. This is the like timing when they need to get far ahead to have a good chance in this game.
And this is definitely the way to start, by taking as many towers and objectives as you can with the Aegis that you currently have, and you know, getting your TA some net worth at the same time. But I think Dire is perfectly happy to play the map and make it as hard as possible for Radiant to actually do anything. I mean, yeah, 2 lanes pushed in here. Sure, they lose a tier 2, but now they're
on the bot lane though, they're tossing away the Enigma away from the Dawnbreaker. They need to do it somehow differently. You know, this Tiny needs to know that this Dawnbreaker is coming on top of her. It's fine because, you know, still works out. They have a ton of damage to kill her, but a bit of anti-synergy there.
Right, a little bit, but again, I think it's still fine for Dire. Sure, they lose their Enigma, but you know, 2 of their lanes are pushed in now, and Troll's about to be able to go top and take whatever he wants. So
yeah, and you know what? Like, I like honestly the fact that this Dawnbreaker went for the Wraith Pack. You know, they needed to counteract it. Wraith Pack really good versus Troll, you know, because you can pop it like when, for example, when he ultis and just run away, or like the Wind Ranger, it doesn't kill it fast yet as well. Wait a second, the Pango will roll, will force the Wind Ranger BKB, but this Wind Ranger is getting real low. We'll go down to the T, it didn't have the wind run up, and now this Pango keeps chasing on the Ench, but the Ench will survive. Still, now they can see the mid wave. You know, they have the TA with the Deso. This tower looks pretty dead to me pretty soon.
Yeah, not quite enough to finish off everything they want, but killing the Wind Ranger is definitely a good thing. And as much as I can say, oh, you know, it's okay, they have lanes pushed in, yada yada, trolls farming, whatever. I mean, you know, giving up these kills is not preferable in the slightest. So
yeah, like as I said, you know, the most important, they have the BKB on Troll. Like Troll's ready, now they need a BKB on Enigma. Like this is their big timing for the Dire, and that's what they're trying to wait out for now. You know, lose as little as they can, but they're losing kind of a lot so far. You know, this Troll still top net worth. You know, this Troll is still happy. His team not so happy. You know, as it was like earlier in the game.
And there's so much space being taken by the Radiant now. After the top tier 2, the mid tier 2, yeah, Dire's really being pushed into the bottom lane, and you know, Radiant decides to collapse there. It could be a really big fight that would almost be game deciding. You know, if Radiant wins the fight, then it's incredibly hard for Dire to come back. The TA is just gonna be so far ahead. But you know, if Dire continues to do the thing where they push lanes back, like they've been doing so far, I don't think they're too upset about this whole situation.
Yeah, also look, the TA decides to go straight for the MKB, you know, realizes there is a troll, there is a Wind Ranger, wants to be able to straight up, like, if you can burst this Wind Ranger while she's BKB'd on your own, like, this is very big for the fight. And the MKB allows you to do it pretty easily, you know, Wind Ranger, like, has pathetic, like, 5 armor, like, that's nothing for the TA. TA is really good against the Wind Ranger. With that.
Hey, no kidding.
You know,
8 armor reduction on top of the Desolator, it's amplifying damage at that point, and it stacks so increasingly large with the minus armor. You know,
on the good part for the Dire, again, like they have an amazing wards. They see all those rotations, and they're able to dodge, you know, and keep farming. You know, the BKB and Enigma, like really good play from them. You know, doing that with the wards seeing on the rotation mid. Ench will go down here probably, but you don't care. Actually,
maybe
they're going to try to save her. I think they should back out. Honestly, if you're asking me, the Dawnbreaker has the ulti. If she needs it from the other side of the map.
Ooh, they found the troll.
Troll has the BKB to pop. We'll pop the BKB. We'll start hitting on this Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker starts to go down. Is still stunned. Is not able to pop the Wraith back. The BKB is down on Troll. This is the scary part. Avalanche from the Tiny stops a bit. This is the Crystal Maiden will go down, and I think yeah, the TA wasn't ready to fight there. So overall, a bit of overcommitment for the Ench there. Renin, yeah.
Yeah, and like I was saying, they take this fight bottom, and unfortunately Radiant loses it, so this is another huge, you know, power spike slash kind of momentum that they had that they suddenly lose. And I mean, Dire's really happy now.
Yeah, and especially, you know, they didn't use the black hole. So like, if they use the black hole, it would be a different story. Because then they respawn and they don't have the black hole, and they're ready to go. But instead, they're taking this tier 2, a good fight for them for pretty much free.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, I mean, the Dire Vision game is insane, actually. God, was it F3 to check the Dire Vision, and they have so much information about where Radiant is at all times. There's so much aggressive vision. They've been able to play it so well. Yeah, I mean, Troll's now a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know, Radiant really wanted to get it over with.
Look at this
TA
getting chased around by the Nyx under the wards. We'll see if anybody from the Dire team decides to join this Nyx, because this TA doesn't have a BKB, doesn't have an Aegis now. But I don't think they're actually looking for this. Instead, they'll go for the Enigma. They'll pop the Pango ulti, and I think this Enigma will go down. Isn't able to buy out the BKB before that, was 15 gold away, and now will be away for like an additional 200 gold. Really good kill for the Radiant. We'll see if they are able to do anything from that.
Yeah, it's hard though. I mean, Troll is big, you know, and
yeah, it's like it's
so
about
many...
that part of the map, but to do anything, you know, at least they're able to like to retake the map. They're taking, you know, the outposts back. They're killing some of the wards. They're doing something. Also, they have a 4-staff on Tiny now. You know, 4 staffs, as I said, really important to buy as many as you can versus this troll. Now,
right.
Tiny looks at this troll. Let's see if he's able to find them. He saw him on the trap before. Now he tries to run in, but I think, yeah, this ward sees them coming as well. Set on top. This Ench looks pretty dead to me. We'll try to roll away. Oh, actually, they are not there in time. Almost coming there. The Pango didn't have his Rolling Thunder.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yep, I mean, Dire's executing their game plan still. You know, push out a lane, try not to die, push out 2 lanes, try not to die, and they're keeping it pretty well they're making it just as hard as possible for Radiant to actually try to accomplish things, and they're doing a great job of it. That being said, the entire time that they've executed this game plan, Radiant's been able to control the top jungle, which means they have full control over when Roche spawns and
Look
when
in
to
the
kill
mid.
it.
They're trying to go on this Rune Ranger, but won't be able to do it successfully. Eidolon's come and scout out the Tiny. Instead, this Pango should be careful. Is able to roll in, roll back out. They will get the Nyx. Now this Pango starts to do something more, but the big black hole, 3 targets. TA wasn't there for the fight. All 3 targets should go down here. Really nice black hole, you know, with the BKB, knowing that there is nothing to cancel it. TA was very far away. TA doesn't have the blink to join that fight. A really good black hole usage there. Should be able to take a tier 2 mid from that. Fortunately for the Radiant, the Roche respawn timer is pretty late this time. Still 2 minutes until that.
I was about to say before that whole fight broke out, do you get the feeling Radiant's all of a sudden hesitant to fight? Because that's kind of what I was getting, and now I guess we see why they're so hesitant.
I mean,
to fight.
they should
That
be.
went
You know,
horribly.
they understand that there is no way for them to cancel black hole. It's really hard to play the game when you know there is no way for you to cancel it, and like you're playing constantly scared of that, right? So now the game for them is like, so you know the black hole is down for 2 minutes. You need to do as much as you can in those 2 minutes. Like this is the name of the game. So to win or like to have a chance of winning, there you need to do as much as they can, get the kills. They will have 30 seconds from the Roche spawn till the black hole. Like I'm totally looking for them to smoke here and go do something. You know, like this TA blink comes in 100 gold, 1 more wave, and then they
Tiny.
should smoke. And
It's a very deceased looking Tiny.
yeah, he was pushing out the wave. It happens. You know, this is the Force life
Not
at this
so
stage of the
wicked
game.
now.
Yeah, I mean, if you do a comparison of what the vision looks like for Radiant compared to when Dire was pushing out their lanes, there's very limited amounts of vision. It's all in the wrong places as well. Dire's so good with the vision game. They've had so much information and able to execute their plans so well because of all the information they have. And Radiant not on equal footing in that regard.
By the way,
Top
this
lane.
Gunbreaker runs into the Enigma, has the small BKB from her to pop, but we'll see if she gets chased down here. Nyx pops in, but Nyx doesn't have the stun. Gunbreaker tries to run away,
Ah, it's
but
gonna
will
be
get
stun,
shackled,
yeah.
shotted, and should go down here. Shoal has the Skadi as well. And now,
Great teamwork.
30 seconds until Roche
Vicious
respawn. And yeah, Radiant looking very indecisive right now. You know, we didn't see this TA in the fights for a very long time. When she was there, she was able to kill this Windranger pretty fast, and she was successful. But since then, Radiant lost their footing in the game. You know, they're scared of the big on the Dire side, and we'll see if they're able to change that for the next Roche fight.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
All right, Roche is suddenly up, and Dire has exited just before it happens. Yeah,
and
I
Radiant
mean,
Radiant sees is on a trap, so they know the Roche up. You know, it's the advantage of playing with
Dire's
TA.
bottom
Now the
tower is
Eidolon will
under
go to
attack.
check. Both teams know that the Roche's up. Radiant are not in position to contest this right now, and the Troll can take the Roche pretty fast. Although, you know, we'll see if the Radiant decide to try to contest it.
Radiant's middle tower is
it's
under
hard.
attack.
Black Hole's up again in 10 seconds, and if Radiant's not really keeping track of it, they won't know. But
Yeah,
this
Pango-
could go
no.
horribly for Radiant here.
This Pango tries to come in, and they don't have a ward in this high ground to see him. So if he's really fast, he can try to blink him to get it now. He is getting it, and he will able to
He
snatch
got
the
it.
Aegis. Now the Dawnbreaker comes, tries him to save it, the Pango. Pango will go down. The Black Hole popped on the Dawnbreaker only. Dawnbreaker will go down. This Enigma now starts to Pango roll, but he's able to get chased down by the Windranger. TA is in. Will be able to kill the Nyx. Now needs to run away. Has the retreat game pike. Will be able to escape. The good part, they didn't pick up the Aegis.
They
Now,
catch the TA.
Great shackle shot on the TA. Troll starts to run in. Pops the ulti, and this TA goes down, but there is a dust. And this TA looks pretty dead to me.
Yeah.
It was
Yep.
honestly as good as you can expect for the Radiant. You know, it was one person black hole only on the Dawnbreaker. The Pango steal the Roche, and they still didn't have enough. You know, like this, like Troll, like that's what I'm saying. Like TA knows she cannot kill the Troll, right? The Troll has 54 armor, and I don't know how they need to stop this Troll. This man is
Yeah, and
looking scary.
Yeah, and like you said, it's about as good of an initiation as you can expect for Radiant.
Now
Oh,
they're
like
throwing
going down.
back this Troll. He will actually go down. So this was the way how you do it. You toss back into the avalanche. And now they're looking to chase down this Enigma. Doesn't have the BKB. Will get slowed down. Will get killed. Really good. They didn't lose the Rex as well. You know, like really amazing play from the Tiny there. Potentially like maybe saving the game, you know, because it would look very grim for them if they would lose Rex here.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
and they know, like, Enigma doesn't have a black hole for 70 seconds. They will try to force out the buyback from the troll. You know, like, they need to set up
Radiant's top
a
tower
fight
is
where
under
if that happens
attack.
once again, they can win the game of that. So they're going all mid. You know, they need this buyback from the troll.
Yep, and you know, knowing Dire's history of execution in terms of map control, I'm sure this won't really be a problem for them in terms of getting the map into where they want it to be. But it's kind of going to be a question if they can stave off the Radiant aggression right here. It looks like Radiant has made a decision. Nyx is just going to pull the way.
Yeah, he will die for this, but he's perfectly fine dying for his troll not needing to buy back.
Right. And it's like I was saying at that Roche fight, you know, you said that's about as good as you can expect for Radiant, and like I was saying, this could go horribly wrong for Radiant as well, and both of those kind of came true there, where that really was the best you could expect. Maybe killing the Enigma before with the Pango somehow, but incredibly difficult fight, and almost game losing it if it weren't for the Tiny. I mean, that was like actually probably a game-winning toss, because I think Troll would have been more than happy to take all the racks there, but killing him off right there is huge. But I mean, Dire's still in a great position, and now that everybody's back up and online, with the exception of the Nyx, I think they're more than happy to take back control of the map, and it's already started. You know, mid lane's already pushed out a little bit. Everybody's grouping up in top lane. They're just missing the bottom lane. But they are searching for this Pangolier, and Nyx has eyes on him. Pings them out. I don't know if you can kill him with Enigma. I don't know if you guys have all that much damage, guys.
If he passes the block hole, and we'll see if he tries to.
No! No!
Really good.
No!
He needed to use the BKB. Like, if you're using the black hole Enigma, you'd pop the BKB.
No, what is happening? Why? What the fuck?
This is so clowny. Like,
what the fuck is that? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, to be honest.
I don't know why. I feel like I'm paying you just TP out, right?
Yeah, I think you just rolled TP out, and then how do they stop you? I mean, I don't remember if Troll was around, but even then, like, does he chase down the ball? I don't know.
What the fuck was that? I was like, oh my gosh, that's huge for Radiant. Now they can't. Now Dire can't fight, but it went so horribly
I mean,
wrong.
they still can't fight really without the black holes. That's the thing. Like,
right.
It just could have been so much better if Pango didn't die there, right? And with the black hole use, but it's still okay. This Tiny will get found by a Wind Ranger in 1 second. He's on the top of the boards as usual, you know, because with Dire vision. They see the Wind Ranger though as well. So this Tiny may be able to escape, gets hard shot, but isn't able to blink there in time to get the Shekel shot off.
Golly, man. All right. Well, what's the next big, next key item for Radiant? I would, you know, what are they looking for?
The BKB on TA, obviously.
Right.
But then again, like, you think it's not game changing. Honestly, I would say that the Halberd and Dawn may be more important than the BKB and TA here, to some degree. Pango also gets the aim disc, will help him, you know, not to die. Like when he rolls in between the Wind Ranger, because Wind Ranger has the full Daedals now. Tiny goes, like, we're starting to see, you know, the Tiny, when he gets to the late game, support Tiny going to Ags, you know, he has the Ags piece, 80 gold away. He's very farm, like, he's basically same farm as both offlaners, which is pretty insane.
Right. In comparison, look at the Enchantress. What's her next item? It's fucking AC.
Yeah,
so,
you know, somebody watched TI. Somebody watched TI. You know?
Yeah, so it looks like they.
Oh, really good blink out. He saw it on the ward, the troll running in there. Just blink out in time.
Yeah, so both supports trying to turn into carries here for the late game.
Yeah, and Pango decided to go for the Ags instead of the aim disc. I don't know, like, if it's a good choice or not, but at least, like, it gives them some diversification, you know, what deals damage. Because before, it was basically only TA doing damage. Now they'll have the Tiny, they'll have the Pango, so even if TA gets jumped, you know, they have other sources of damage as well. Which is always nice.
They have a stop for this Enigma black hole in the in the Pango Skullbasher,
True,
which
true.
is almost guaranteed with Swashbuckle. But they're gonna find the Nyx here.
Yeah, the Nyx will go down here. Honestly, this game is looking like it's really even. Like the next Roche fight will be the big thing, obviously for the both teams, and both teams have an amazing Roche fight with the Pango and Dawnbreaker and the Black Hole. It's really interesting. Yeah, but I didn't think about this in the Bash. I thought they would have no way. Instead, this Pango goes down instantly. Dawnbreaker tries to save him, but there is no way. Just too much damage with the needles there. And this Renage though should be a bit careful. She doesn't have the BKB now. TA starts to go on by the troll. We'll be able to run
if you're
down.
ready, you need to get out.
For a second.
Black Hole.
Black Hole.
Incoming.
Oh, doesn't have time.
Any
but
second
still,
now.
we'll go down. We'll go. Yeah, we'll be able to pop the Black Hole. Yeah, wasn't able to escape in time after getting the kill there.
That's a dieback on TA as well, so that's 2 minutes while she's down. So this is probably gonna be 2 lanes guaranteed. They could try to go for the end. I guess they don't have Black Hole anymore, so maybe not. But 2 lanes at the very least. That being said, Tiny has his Ags now, and any second Chrysalis into Chrysalis to make him a true carry.
Yeah, 1 lane at least, probably 2 lanes.
It's 2 lanes for sure.
Respect here.
Radiant's middle barracks.
I guess what 2 lanes reset, go for Roche
Radiant's middle barracks.
if it respawns. Oh,
They're trying to do it, you know. They know that TA doesn't have the buyback. They're trying. We'll see if they are able to catch him off. Like, Glick Pop, they're forcing him back for now. The Spango respawn. They'll have 4 heroes here. So, also Troll doesn't have a BKB, so, you know, he doesn't have a way to cancel, like, when he gets disarmed by the Pango. So, I think they're able to force him back for now. Troll, it's, oh no. Tiny is getting caught, but this Tango is able to distract for now. This Enigma gets pretty low. Tiny comes in, stuns everybody.
Troll can
Kinda
die
low.
here.
Troll doesn't have the ulti, so this Troll is pretty low. We'll see if he's able to do anything. Dawnbreaker goes on top of the Troll, but Troll is able to escape. Pango goes down. Pango fights back. Wind Ranger real low will pop the BKB. Actually gets chased down by the Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger hits the amazing Shackle Shot, but still ends up going down. They saved their throne. They, you know, only lost 1 lane, but they expended a lot of buybacks. Expect, you know, Tiny and Pango both. Both still have their Axe. Tiny should be careful. Like, he's running into it. Dart didn't leave. This Tiny will go down in a second. He needs to blink, but he will not. Now he's nullifies. He's going down. He doesn't have the buyback. 4 staff, but doesn't look enough. We'll see. Now the 4 staff actually gets back. Turbo 4 staff goes in. Now the Pango goes in the Ench. Ench will.
Dead Ench.
Now that
there we go.
Actually, 3 blowing. Now they have 50 seconds, and the Roche will be up in 10 seconds. They have a window to go for the Roche, and I totally expect them to run towards there and check it right now. And if they do, they will they should be able to take this Aegis. The Wind Ranger does have the buyback, yeah, and they see the Roche up, and the TA should literally just run. Yeah, she runs into there, and we'll start hitting the Roche. They have 20 seconds, and with the TA, it should be more than enough to take the Roche.
Yeah, but they have to be conscious of the fact that this Enigma does have Black Hole. It's a very real possibility that Enigma comes in and, you know, just finishes the game by himself by killing off this TA. Well, not finishes the game, but...
Yeah, I don't think they're ready. They know that TA takes it too fast. Like, they're not ready to contest in this stage.
Right, and it's so risky to take it without your Wind Ranger as well, who's basically a guaranteed kill on any person on the enemy team, so I think they're just going to get this one up.
Axe drop is nobody really needs the Axe anymore. I guess Dawnbreaker will take it? TA will take it?
Give it to TA. You give it to TA because this way she can kind of counteract that whole map presence thing.
I would honestly say that I would
game.
give it to the Dawn here, just because Troll doesn't have MKB or anything. So being able to give evasion to anybody Troll's being multi-Dawn, or the Wind Ranger. Actually, Wind Ranger has the MKB, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But still, 2 physical cores, at least some evasion would be better than nothing. But they choose to give it to the TA. They choose to try to play for the pickoffs to extend the game. The TA will have level 25 as well really soon. Pop the book maybe will be enough. Actually, not sure. Should be enough.
Right. Well, we'll see. It looks like TA's already already planning on getting these lanes all pushed out, and I think you do have almost total map control once you have this TA. That being said, she is countered by the troll in the fact that she can't psionic projection outside of roots anymore.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Dude, Tiny has a chrysalis. This Tiny
All right.
will be dangerous. You know,
All right,
okay,
he's
so
scary.
hear me out. At some point, this Enigma will black hole somebody, except for the Tiny. Tiny will tree volley and fucking kill this Enigma.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, they not only do they have to cancel the Skull Basher by the Pangolier to stop the black hole, they have the stop of just killing Enigma.
Yeah. And you know, they give the Aegis to the Pango. They realize how important it is for a Pango to be able to use it. Like, they don't give it to the TA, you know, they give it to the Pango. Because they understand, like, if Pango dies and they have no death disruption to the fights, this TA cannot stand her ground versus his draft with the Dire team.
Smoke up from Radiant. They're gonna probably find the Enchantress here. Obviously not the ideal target, but
It's actually,
better than
it's a
nothing.
gem carrier, so you're fine with killing the Ench.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's a gem. Also, the TA has the milk
Smoke break.
Right, so
Yeah, this is a dead Enchantress.
I already
Gem on the
say, the
ground?
TA has the bash. What do you think about it? Another bash?
Gem on the
that-
ground? Hello? Guys?
They didn't see it?
Guy-
Oh no. Instead, they're going for the next. They'll get an additional kill here. Yeah, bash, and the next goes down. Yeah, that would be much better if they got the gem there, honestly. But, oh well, 2 kills. You're going to take it anyway, you know.
Oh, TA Sonic Projection? Oh, never mind. I thought she was going top. It's like she's doing it. No, she's gonna kill the Enigma
Instead, she's going to Enigma. But
Oh.
Enigma has the Invis from the Trickster Cloak.
Trickster's Cloak.
Now, is able to run away. Now, the Silence comes under the Winter Gem. His bash
No!
is instantly killed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The TA damage is crazy on the Wind Ranger. You know, Troll is not scared of her, but the Wind Ranger, or pretty much any other hero, is. Especially with her going bash, she's able to insta-kill anybody except for the Troll in this team. And this is scary. Wind Ranger has the buyback. Both teams need to be careful, you know. The Radiant of the Black Hole and the buyback from the Wind Ranger, and the Radiant team, like, you know, they're behind right now.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think. I think the only way this could possibly go wrong for Radiant is if Tiny gets caught in the black hole here, because like we said, the main stop for black hole now is just straight up killing Enigma
I
with
don't think
Tiny.
he's there yet. I don't think, like, he needs the full Dados. Like, he needs 1k gold more to have the Dados to actually kill the Enigma. I don't think
Dyer's
with the Crystal
middle
it's enough
tower is
damage, but
under
I'm not
attack.
sure.
Dyer's
Never played it
structures
free
are
roller myself.
fortified.
And now it's Enchantress, Nyx, Troll, and Enigma up, so it's becoming harder and harder to push this high ground. But Nyx's position,
Yeah,
Nyx
they're
is
trying
ready.
to
I
force
don't think it's
the
happening.
Wind Ranger right back, but they should be pretty careful.
Dyer's middle tower has
They
fallen.
should drop a sentry or something.
they should.
But they don't have it.
They don't have
Instead,
it.
okay,
No.
they know that Nyx is here now. He's stunned that
Yep.
way. Hero himself. TA tried to go with his sounds.
Dyer's structures
Dire
are
use the glyph.
fortified.
They're trying to buy, like, they'll buy time. I'll probably still lose 1 Rex instead of buyback on the Wind Ranger. And honestly, at this stage of the game, you don't care if you lose 1 lane of Rex 45 minutes of the game, especially because you have the mid lane yourself. So the buyback on the Wind Ranger is way more important, especially with how fast she can die in this game.
Right, and anybody on your team can be clearing these waves, so it's not a huge deal at all.
Yeah.
Even Megas, like if one team gets Mega here, it's not the biggest problem in the world. Sure, your lanes are going to be pushed 100% of the time, but it's very easy to clear Megas in the state of the game that it is.
Yeah, now the Dire are smoking out this 5. They are going to run into this triangle and meet a lot of Radiant hero here. Radiant have a ward on top of the high ground.
Oh,
Troll
they
runs
saw
in.
the troll.
Yeah, they see the troll in the ward here, right? This is the sentry and ops, actually. No, they don't have a sentry there, so they don't see the troll.
Just the
Pango,
ops.
Pango is about to lose the Aegis in 10 seconds. We should get careful here. Instead, this Ench starts to go down. Big black hole on top of the 3. Doesn't get cancelled
Whoa.
because the Pango is running around, and Pango is losing his role, losing his Aegis. In 1 second, will go down.
No.
Here, actually, able to run away, able to blink. He has the blink in 1 second. Yeah, we'll be able to run away. The buyback on TA is used, and TA is in the middle of nowhere. She's getting stunned. This will be a buyback on the TA. The team is not ready to help her there.
Oh,
She's
no.
rooted. She's going down after the buyback there. She used the psionic projection to come back in, and it didn't pay out at all. Now, it'll be really hard to call
Tiny,
out.
it's Tiny carry. This is what happens. Pango goes in, he stuns everyone, Tiny presses tree volley, the game continues.
Honestly, this Tiny should buy out. Like, I don't think you can try to save here for the buyback. Your TA
Totally
will,
agree.
you need the damage. You need to be able to kill somebody. Like, you know, in 1 Pango roll stun, you need to be, or like one swashbuckle on top of like this Wind Ranger, you know, that stuns her. 1 like bash on the Wind Ranger, you need to be able to kill her. Like, he needs to go buy
Swiftling coming out for Troll as well, so his movement options are going to be wide and very scary.
Yeah, alright, yeah. The Tiny buys out
Radiant's
for the
bottom
Demon
tower
Edge.
is
He's
under
going for the Daedalus, I think. Actually, I don't know. I think he
Yeah,
should.
he should.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom
There's
barracks
a lane of
are
Rex
under
for sure, and they're going to try to hold him off as much as possible with the Pango disarm, but it's so hard. Please buy a
Radiant's
Daedalus.
bottom
I'm begging, sir.
barracks has fallen.
Oh, it's no tree volley for 10.
Yeah, and now Troll has the Manta. You realize that like he needs to wait to pop the disarm, without popping his BKB or anything. So, other option is Satanic, but going for the Manta works as well. They'll take 2 lanes, they'll back out. It's still pretty scary versus the Tiny. They don't have the black hole. Their supports are not that there yet. This one, the Dawnbreaker tried to go in the Nyx, but she should be careful. She doesn't have a way out for now. This Nyx runs in, has the stun. We'll pop the stun on the Dawnbreaker. When Ranger comes in, we'll stun with the Shackle Shot, and the Dawnbreaker is straight up dead.
Yep. Alexa, play Despacito.
That's more than most people.
Golly. Alright, well, the game's not over. And honestly, all that was taken was a single lane of Rex, which, like you said earlier, doesn't really matter. Sure, they're going to lose the entire bottom half of the map in terms of map control, which they haven't had in the first place anyway, so really, what's the difference?
The thing is, alright, this Dawnbreaker is going for the Axe. And I don't think the TA Axe did anything except for killing her. So I'm, this is the point where you need to question this decision to give the Axe to TA. Obviously, would have thought it would go that way, but still, like, when Dawnbreaker has her Axe, and she can buy out right now, and obviously she saves her the buyback. It's like 100 gold till she can buy it. I think this can be pretty big from saving people. But
He's going to tree volley into stun in some order. Okay, instead he will just die quickly.
He fucks up and actually doesn't go to dead. Oh, instead
Whoa.
they will kill the TA
Again?
and they actually find the Nyx stun on this Tiny on this side.
Tiny.
Both Tiny dead, TA dead. TA still no buyback. Tiny has the buyback, but yeah, the Radiant team is they try to split the map, but Dire has the team to catch them.
Wowza. Yeah, this is looking worse and worse. It's also definitely a buyback on Tiny unless they feel like getting Mega, which, again, not the worst thing, but it's all these small little imperfections, all these small little annoyances.
Obviously, it matters, right?
Yeah.
One mid lane doesn't matter, but Megas do. Even at this stage of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a problem to clear them, but then they're just going to get out-farmed for the rest of the game, and it's going to be really, really tough. Tiny buyback now, hoping to be able to do enough damage to kill the troll.
Oh, it's Enigma. Enigma has another black hole.
So much damage. I mean, I think they can just hold high ground.
They should know. They should know that this Enigma has the how you pop the refresher and has another black hole. They should be careful about that. They found
the Pango. Pango. He's been stunned up and.
Oh, a black
hole now.
Basically a whiff. Alright, he's able to catch it. And Tiny is stunned by the Shackle Shot. We'll be able to go back. Will tree toss. Will kill off the Nyx. Meanwhile, the Dire team tries to go for the throne. I mean, for the Megas. But Dawnbreaker, big ulti, big stun on top of 3 kills for this Tiny. Carry Tiny from position 4 is working for now. Instead, the winner decides to go back. The BKB is pretty low, and this Fango is alive for now. Is not going to go down. The disarm saves him. This is huge. The fact that they held so well. There is no black hole for 2 minutes now. So a really scary moment for the Dire, and this Dawnbreaker decides to go for it. Like, she says, fuck it, I'm not going Axe. We just need to kill somebody. And this actually, with the Tiny, it works. You hacks one target, you kill the one target with the Tiny and TA. We'll see how much they want to force it. They probably want just 2 lanes. I don't think they will go for the throne here. I don't think they should. I think they should still be scared of the buybacks and the troll. I think they'll force buybacks. They'll take 1 lane, try to go for the second one. We'll see.
Yeah, I think they've got a first lane guarantee if they try for it. But I guess Nyx respawning in 14 and Enchantress is nothing to laugh at. She's got her
if this works out though, they can take the Roche probably still. I think they should have the time without the black hole and everything. It's up now, and the Dawnbreaker will go in to check it. Yeah.
Dire knows though.
Dire knows they don't have a black hole. I don't know if they want to if you want to contest without the black holes. it's scary versus the Pango with Tiny. You know, like you go all in there, and Tiny tosses a couple trees at you, and you all die. So I don't think it's worth it. They're heading here, and they're popping their 2 invises, but like it's already altered. Like, the amount of damage in Radiant is scary. And yeah, Dawn now has the axe as well from the Roche, and she has a refresher shard. So double hex, double ulti with a ton of evasion coming in for everybody.
It reduces channel time, increases the healing and total duration of the air time, though. Oh, I see. I'll just have evasion.
Pango has 3-second swashbuckle cooldown. Pango has the aim disc. Like Radiant's heroes are scary as long as they're not caught off one by one. Honestly, they still have an amazing chance of winning this game. Like you know, this game was with them being down a lane of Rax. I would say it's a pretty even game. Let's see what the graphs get. 48 to 52% win probability. You know, like
Wow.
no.
Yeah, it's pretty close. This Tiny is huge. This Tiny is now actually another carry that you have to worry about. He's backpacked his Ghost Scepter. I'm sure he's going for, oh, I don't know, like a BKB next, or maybe an Aeon Disc, something along those lines, just to really hammer in the damage. He's basically their 4th core, right? I mean, he's got almost as much gold as a core, right?
Yeah, of course.
I want to see him do the tree volley into stun, because there's so much travel time on the tree.
I mean, his team
Maybe
has
Moon
a set of stuns for him, so you know, at least he has that already.
And he's the one actually holding the Aegis.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
guess 'cause the other
nobody
guys
else
are all
has slots
slotted, right?
anyway for that.
Yeah.
Because they realize, you know, they know they need the gem. I think it was once or twice that somebody survived because they didn't have the vision. Gem will help with that. Gem will help Pango stay on top of somebody.
Pango is almost regressing into position 4. I mean, he's holding an Aeon Disc and a gem, and it looks like Tiny's taking his place as the true
Yeah,
core
absolutely.
here.
That's how Tiny 4 works. You know, when Tiny has good teams. And now we're back at the stage. You know, the TA has the buyback. Tiny doesn't have the buyback, which is scary because he's the true carry, not the TA as well now, right?
But Enigma has both of his black holes up, so
yeah,
it's hard to push. I mean, if you misstep, you're gonna get your entire team killed immediately. So
the biggest thing is, like, you need to know that you cannot group up as 2, right? You need to always be split, but be the same area to ready to fight. And then, like, if it's one target black hole, you're fine with that, because you have ways to kill her. With obviously big damage from the Tiny, you have ways to stop it with the Pango if Pango is not the one ulti. If Pango is the one who has ulted, he has aim disc. So like they have ways to counteract this black hole. The question is, this troll is big and this troll is scary. And
I mean, if they hop the TA here, TA has no Aegis. If she goes down, she's dead forever.
yes, but she has the buyback. If she wants to do it, she will buyback. She goes back in. Pango pops the roll now.
Black hole! That
though.
could be a TA dieback. That's a TA dieback. Buyback on the Dawnbreaker, but it's by far too late, and the Pangos are trying to get out. Tree volley trying to do any damage you can. It's just not going to be even close to enough.
Wind Ranger grouped up, and the Pango, you know, the bash didn't proc. The bash button didn't work there.
Oh no!
Hit root. Pango will go down as well. Actually, survives for now. But yeah, it will still go down. Yeah.
Hey man, it's the double black holes that you have to be aware of that, and it's looking like GG here. A minute and a half is pretty hard to come back from. Even if you can buy back on the Pango, it's
you know, we were
like
talking about like how you need to spread out and you know, how you need to make sure there's only one man black hole so you can counteract it. But you know, they got all caught in by the second one. First one was kind of fine. The second one was a big problem, and yeah, we'll see if they're able to hold with the Tiny and the Pango here. I think it's at least
Megas for sure now.
It's at least Megas. We'll see if they can hold off this thing.
I think the chance that they hold this off is extremely unlikely unless, you know, Tiny Tree Volley just happens to kill everyone, which is not quite happening. But they've got the Troll CC'd now. He's a little worried, but Pango's about to go down here if he's not careful. Mips picks up the kill on the Dawnbreaker. It's a 2 versus 5. This is looking pretty not great. Tiny quick kill on the Nyx, but he's gonna have to E-blade or
yeah,
go
he doesn't have
try to live.
He goes down, doesn't have the buyback. And this should be the end of the game. over
All right,
here.
Pango, it's your time to shine.
Radiant's middle tower
It's
has
absolutely heartbreaking game to lose here for Funny Zone. It's a 2-0 now, which is unfortunate, but well deserved by God, the other team, by DINKS. I mean, they played that map so well the whole game. That's the thing that really impressed me. If I had to give an MVP to this game, it would be the supports. I think the supports is what enabled them to get through that like kind of iffy early mid-game stage, push out all the lanes, keep themselves just delayed enough until Troll and Enigma can get online. They played that so well from a whole team perspective.
Yeah, there was a scary timing, like as we said, like before they got the BKB on Enigma, before they got the BKB on Troll, right, or like around the time, and they were just able to dodge every fight with the great words. Like, actually, look at the graphs. Look at the like. It went both ways, you know, constantly. Like, one team got like a bit of a gold lead, other team got a bit of a gold lead. And, like, it popped back and forth all the time. So, yeah, amazing game. Actually, the captain of DINKS wants to have an interview with us. Do you want to interview
Sure.
him?
Yeah, I'm done interviewing.
All right. Let me see.
This is a 2-0, right?
Yeah, it is a 2-0 for the DINKS. Let me pop him into here. Actually, let's move to the other channel because this one is reserved only for casters. Hey man, congrats on 2-0ing here.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey,
This is
Yeah.
the
great. That second one was awesome. I was so glad to be part of that.
Lots of back and forth. It was exciting.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm not. Did not. You were one of the supports, right? You were the 5 for your team.
Yeah, I'm the Enchantress gamer.
Yeah, we're singing praises here for the warding from your team. It was amazing, like how you're able to dodge every fight basically from your deep wards. Really good play, you know.
Yeah, as we were watching the game, it was like you guys had this complete control of vision on their side of the map, which allowed you guys to really dodge these fights and kind of pick where you were pushing. And in comparison, whenever Radiant was kind of on the back end and they were kind of losing a little bit, they just didn't have even close to as much vision as you guys had, so their movements were a lot less defined. Yeah, the support lineup was incredible for that game. I fully give it to them or I guess to you and, and the other support for extending that game so far. What was your kind of mentality going into, I guess, the second game after that pretty clean sweep on the first one?
Well, we Huskard them, right? So it's
Right.
always a little bit of a, you know,
It's like a
you
given.
you don't really know if you outplayed them by any means because you just have this like pretty strong draft. And I think that's probably the tale of the tape for both games is just the draft. So as long as going in first pick, as the captain, as the drafter, I'm just making sure that I'm drafting strong lanes. Like Enchantress Troll, I think we did that. Enigma Nyx kind of got slapped by the TACM, but it's always a challenging thing going in second pick in this type of MMR range. The pro scene you can probably get away with like just having really good fundamentals, so you don't really necessarily care about the draft order that much. But if you don't ban Huskar when you're picking a melee mid or something, you get fucked at RMMR.
Yeah, and I said like I checked the dole buffs and I saw like that your mid top 4 heroes are LD, Wind Ranger, Pudge, Huskar, and they banned all 3 except for the Huskar, and the Huskar came out. Like,
Yeah.
Oh.
He was like, give me Huskar, and I was like, I don't know.
And I said the same thing when draft came up. I was like, wow, Huskar is like a really kind of aggressive pick, but with the way the lanes turned out, especially that Morphling lane was atrocious. I mean, they got absolutely annihilated. we were definitely underestimating how strong that was with the Beastmaster and the snap. That Morphling got dumpstered, and that along with your Huskar and the Enchantress's inability to build like a Spirit Vessel, you guys just ran over that game 1.
Yeah, and funny enough, game 1 we had difficulties with our wards because they were just playing behind us the entire time. So I was putting like wards, in an enemy triangle and near the enemy side of the base, but they were just useless because they had people cutting lanes all the time. As for the Morphling performance, unfortunately, so this Funny Zone team, they're really good. They got second a couple seasons ago, but Fury is a mid player. Now he's switching over to Pause 1. So it's going to take him some time to adjust and to bring his hero pool into the Pause, the safe lane. It's going to be a little bit of an adjustment phase for him, but they'll figure something out.
Yeah, anyway, congrats on the win, man. And Hope to see at some point, in our game. I think we're in the same group, so.
Sick, dude. Yeah. Hey,
Just-
have you
just
guys
one
been
last
enjoying
question.
lads so far?
Huh?
Oh yeah. Have you guys
Sorry.
been enjoying the league so far?
Yeah, sure. I mean, except for the fact that our original four, quit in the team after our first game. After the first map in the first game. But
Was Rage
outside
quit?
of it, always good and always fun. Hopefully we'll do good, but we'll see how it goes.
Are there any lessons you're taking forwards from this game or maybe your previous series that you hadn't really emphasized before, or are you just kind of coasting? You guys are happy where you're at?
We're a really high MMR team. We're probably one of the highest MMR teams on the supports. So it's been really challenging, kind of like building a draft identity, and having our quote unquote better players on support gamers. I don't know if that's actually true, but so this is a confidence booster for sure. We've been struggling really hard. Like we have been losing to like divine teams in scrims, but maybe they've just been really good divine teams. I have no idea. So I think the drafting philosophy was on point here. So we just got to take this momentum, kind of keep it go forward. Just keep having a chill, kind of fun vibe. But lesson learned, I don't know. Just keep on. This worked, so continue with what this is.
All right, it's all from me. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Congrats to the win again, and yeah. See
Hey,
you
thanks.
around.
I look
Future,
forward
man.
to the cast. Thanks for casting, guys. I'll watch
Yeah,
the VOD.
Yeah, no problem.
Did
I'll
you-
send it to you in a minute.
Oh, great. Hey, see you, boys.
All right. Peace.
See it. Cool. Yeah, that last game was awesome. It's thank God